it's Danny and this bitch. It's my platform, baby, come stream on Twitch. I like 'em crazy. Yeah, Danny fucking rich, girls don't be lazy. Put some energy in that clip. Go buy a hot tub, strip down, shawty lose the fit. And Danny's 60, but still want some off that drip. Don't wear the safety, Twitch con, young, wild and free. These baddies chase me, but don't bring security. It's greedy, cause it's a 50-50 split. And I don't care that you get a 95 on kick. Don't be so needy. Yeah, this is Gucci, come hit. If you're not happy, you can always leave it quick. Cause we got baddies, that's the most important bit. Come round and blow off. Yeah, right here it's live on Twitch. It's the softcore side. We got the girlies getting lit. Take all your clothes off, get down and flash your tits. Type shit, my life a movie. TwitchCon, what's off the grid? I'ma watch some streams now. Chill out, cool off a bit. See you in the next one. Gucci marks generated the shit.
The company store, the paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderers scum. They're on giant death factories keeping babies alive. They're selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we wanna eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy weird sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Literal vampire pot and the goblins are hobbling round coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions of pointed people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good, oh, they're so sweet.
What are you doing here? came to apologize and make out with tongues.
I don't know where your tongue's been. Oh, wait. Yes, I do.
I didn't mean to kiss Joseph. It was just that he was so sad and tall.
And you're so loose and cheap.
Bulletin from me to you, a bullhorn right out of the blue, a bullet right into your brain, in bullet points that will explain. I'm bulldozing the bullshit now. Those bullies say that I'm a cow. They're gonna find the bulwark raised. Best believe it's my final phase. Buloo, the color of the sky today. Buloo, the tears I'm gonna cry today. Buloo, it's horrible to think about. Buloo, it's terrible, it gives me gout. Buloo, I'm miserable and I know why. Buloo, it's visible that I might cry. Buloo, impossible yet true somehow. Buloo, guess he's the bull and I'm the cow. Buloo, oh Buloo.
Spelt it again. I'll catch you next time, casino.
Hey, you. You're finally woke.
Are you guys aware that we almost see no titties in movies anymore? And we only see titties. Hey, anybody notice this? Yes, I love titties. Big old titties.
It's a beautiful ass Tuesday, and I'm so happy to see my boys. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? Had a great ass day. So much fun doing things. Got my water pressure in my house fixed after years. Thank God. Been a lot of fun. So thank you guys for hanging out. We're going to party. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about Asmongold. We're going to talk about the end of the damn world. My theories on what has happened lately, because I think everybody's going to weirdly agree with me. Something strange is going on. We're going to talk all about that, all the drama, everything else, some insane stuff going on in the world, and we're going to party while we're doing it. So let's get the hell on it, diggity dog on it. Shout out to Master Lions gifting 5 memberships before the stream started. What a beautiful man you are. Look at that boy. Look at that boy. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. Oh my gosh. So as you guys know, the naked snake fell yesterday in battle. Brutally was stabbed to death. But I was told by PDH and a bunch of my other mods and whatnot that I didn't include memberships, and it would have been really close if I did. So my bad. So tonight we're going to do an all or nothing resurrection of the snake to keep the streak alive, because I didn't really make it fair last time. So, and I was thinking about that like 5 minutes after. I was like, well, that was stupid. So let's have a good ass show. Let's have some fun. Let's say happy birthday to Ramon Santos. Happy birthday to you. How you doing, brother? Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you guys. So everybody get in the chat, post some bees, and let's have some goofy ass fun tonight on this goofy ass Tuesday. Thank you guys so much for choosing to hang out with me and with PDH. Do you have your mic? Oh, I guess you do have a mic. Let me unmute it. Oh, it is unmuted. I can't hear.
Hello.
Let's stop. Let me put it on.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, there you go. It's there.
Hi. Hello.
Oh, let me mute your ass. There you go.
We were watching a murder documentary podcast on Netflix, and it blows. It's so bad. The person reads off a script the entire time. And I was like, there was another podcast I watched that was similar. It was kind of about like conspiracy theories. Terrible. Like, there's so many better podcasters on YouTube.
It's weird. Yeah. Why is her camera in 480p? No idea. It's because her Wi-Fi card on her computer is awful, and she hasn't plugged it directly in yet, even though it's like 14 inches away from our computers. Maybe actually 6 inches.
Might be able to fix it a little bit.
Oh, how the hell are you going to fix it?
Well, I think I have the Ozbot sharpness turned down.
Oh, no. It looks like you have like dial-up internet. It doesn't. Yeah, on my screen. And it's like freezing every 2 seconds. It's because you're on Wi-Fi and your computer's not built for it for some reason. It was working fine, but now it's not. So, yeah, you can just plug it directly in. We got cords, yeah.
Plug it directly in?
Yeah.
To what?
The modem thing. The white box.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know where the internet cord is.
What are you talking about? There's like 100 of them.
Cord.
There's like 100 of them.
Well, then get one and plug my computer in.
Oh, my gosh. In front of God and everybody. You're the one that's blurry, not me. All right. At any rate, boys, we're going to have some fun tonight. So make sure you get the hell on it. Diggity dog on it. Happy birthday to Mr. Ramon. I appreciate you, dude, so much. Shout out to Billy for a goal boy. For some reason, it's not on my thing, but I seen it. Make sure you guys like the show. We're almost a goal. Billy with $10 super chat says, let's get Naked Snake to guys. All or nothing. See, Bed Bath and Beyond has reopened some stores. I didn't know they were all gone. Yeah, I think at one point GameStop was trying to buy them. I can't remember. Or vice versa. It was very, very strange. So thank you, Billy. I appreciate you. Chai T says, by the blood of Baphomet, I command the snake to live again. Thank you, Chai T. I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well, Chai T. Oh, my gosh. So thank you, guys, for getting us started. We're going to have some fun tonight. And I want to talk a little bit about Asmongold, and I want to get your opinion on this. What's up, Toasty? So basically, here's what's going on with Asmongold right now. So, of course, everybody's pissed at him again. And I got to be honest, I think my opinion on this is easy target, right? So Asmongold's basically the #1 streamer in the world, relatively speaking. And I think if he does anything at all, especially something that people might be able to like make fun of a conservative for, right? Because there's this weird thing. Okay, for context, he said something, then people are calling him gay again, right? Oh, you're gay. So here's the issue: is for some reason, like, what just happened?
What?
You just left.
Oh, I did.
Brother, you were fucking everything. Yeah. Anyways, so Asmongold, there's something about like people that are like ultra liberal, like passion. There's still people doing that, by the way. There's still people on Twitter and on Facebook that are like violently activist. They're still activist. Like anybody gives a fuck. Like no one cares. But there's still people out there that are just being activist online. And if a conservative says something like they don't think a woman's attractive or something, leftists will use gay as an insult, even though that's the whole point of them not wanting people to be called gay. Like the last 10 years is because it's insulting to call somebody gay, but now they call conservatives gay as an insult. None of it is consistent. It never has been. I don't really think there's any rules to this. It's just for the dub. But basically, he said something that's trending again, that they're calling him gay. And we're going to pull it up, and I'm going to get you guys' opinion. And I think I have a pretty racy take on it. I have a pretty racy take.
Gay or nay?
Yeah.
We're gonna play a game.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But at any rate, shout out to all the boys up against the Snake Resurrection, which would put it at 635. Appreciate you guys so much for all your love and all your support. Let's have some fun on this Tuesday. Let's try to get a PDH to do 5 milk. Billy Hatcher.
Thanks, Toasty. It's called Pioneer. It's by Maybelline, and it doesn't
hell?
come off even when you scrub it, and it sucks.
Just get it tattooed on. How you doing? Calling him gay is pretty gay. All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Shout out to the boys. All right. What the hell did I put an and sign for? Okay. At any rate, boys. So here's what's going on with our boy, the Roach King today. And to, for context, I like Asmongold. I think he's funny and based. I think he'll go over the top base, and I love it. So Asmongold said he's more interested in video games than sex. He says, quote, "Girls are nice, sure, but I really like video games. That's my favorite thing to do." And I'm going to immediately give you my take on, look, he even commented on it. I'm going to immediately give you my take on it, by the way, because on the surface, here's what I would say. I think men that are absolutely obsessed with sex, and I'm going to put this out there because most men are not sexually active, right? So people's perspectives are hyper skewed in this subject matter, like hyper skewed. Okay, because they have sex like once every 5 or 10 years, or if they're lucky, once a year, and they don't. Their entire thought process is completely skewed on this.
So, are you judging Asmongold as a person who is hurting for sex, or someone that could have sex if he wanted it, and therefore his motivations and his thought processes are different?
He could easily have sex if he wanted to. Yeah, he's a gajillionaire, so it does that doesn't matter. But my point is, people's perspectives are skewed because if you are absolutely viciously obsessed with sex, it's either A, because you don't have sex regularly and you're down bad, or B, you have a fucking mental issue. Yeah,
there's a degeneracy to that. It's like with anything that you overindulge in, food, sex, whatever. There's a psychological underlaying.
Yeah, and here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. So if all the people that are quote tweeting this being like, LOL, own, you're gay, are literally all anime profile picture people that for a fact are either 90% of them are 14 autistic and, definitely don't have sex. So their opinion on it is completely skewed. They would die to have sex. We all have friends like that literally put sex above there's a ton of you in chat that have guy friends that put sex above everything on the planet. They will fucking die for it because they're so down bad. And that's the people that are like, wow, he thinks video games are cooler than sex. He's gay. He's gay. And that to me is I care more about my passions. I care more about music than sex. I care more about everything that I push forward that I'm interested in, whether it's music or professions or anything career based. I put that above sex. All above it.
Yeah, and I think that's healthy. It's interesting because anytime someone doesn't have something, they feel obsessive about obtaining it. But then once you obtain it or you have easy access to it, things become very different, right?
Yeah.
It's like you're freshman 15 in college. They talk about that. You go to college and suddenly you're an adult and you can go to the grocery store and just buy a cake and eat it. And that's why people have their freshman 15.
Yeah.
So once you realize you can go to the store and buy a cake every day, the novelty kind of wears off. It's the same with sex.
Well, that's the thing. Well, it doesn't for some people. And that's weird because I think some people get so fucked up as far as diets go. You ever notice that people that are really, really overweight, hyper obese, they tend to eat the absolute worst food. And I'm not saying worst as in terrible for you, although that's probably true too, but worse as in they eat the lowest quality fast food 24/7. They don't like to cook. They don't go out to get a nice ribeye. They literally eat Little Caesars. They don't even want a good pizza. They just want the fucking shove shit in their face. And it's the weirdest thing. And that's kind of what happened to me when I was 20. When I moved out of my parents' house. Oh, I moved out of my parents' house when I was 18. But when I was 20, I was settling into my first house. And bro, I was eating I was frying chicken tenders every day and eating mac and cheese 5 days a week. And I gained like 30 pounds in a year.
That's like the equivalent of getting into BDSM. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But that's what happened. The same shit happened to me. Like I gained weight immediately. And then I learned immediately that I needed to I'd keep it under wraps. And then I learned that. And I think a lot of people don't learn that. And it goes hand in hand with sex, right? A lot of people don't have regular sex. And I would say the vast majority of men, because if you look at, stats from Tinder and Bumble and Hinge, what is it? Almost all women find more than 93% of men unattractive. So that means like the vast majority of men are seen as unattractive and they're just not having regular sex. Now, to be considered sexually active, you have to have sex once per year. So it's a very skewed number. It's like 67% or 63% of men are sexually active if you consider once per year. But when it comes to once a week, it drops to like 30 or 27, right? So the vast majority of men don't have sex. So their position on, do you consider sex more important than A, B, or C? They're always going to say sex because they're literally like ravenously down bad.
Yeah. And Chai T in the chat said, in all seriousness, let's remember he lost both his parents relatively recently. I can't blame him finding safer, more consistent fulfillment through games. So, I mean, yeah, maybe that's part of it. Maybe it's like, the fear of loving someone because they die. I don't know. Maybe that'd be part of it. But at the same time, I think it's perfectly healthy to say that you are more passionate about video games than you are about sex. That's like saying it's exactly the same with eating. Like I'm more passionate about, a hobby than I am about eating food. Like you should be. Right?
Yeah, 100%. But everybody online's calling them gay as a result, and it's all anime profile picture people.
They're telling on themselves.
Well, they're all down bad as fuck. Yeah. They're all so down. Now, granted, they're getting a metric fuck ton of likes, but again, that falls back into the way where 70-something% of men are not sexually active. And also, keep in mind, you can be on Twitter as a minor, right? Meaning 95% of them are probably not sexually active, obviously, because they're minors. So that's why they're getting so many likes, because they're, you're gay. You don't like sex. You like video games. And it's like, bro, are we in fucking 4th grade again where I was getting bullied for liking video games? Are we back here again? No, I don't know if I would say video games are like above it, but I'm not hyper passionate about video games unless it's Elden Ring.
And he didn't say that he would give up sex for video games, right? Like
if you had to choose one.
It wasn't like, I'm not going to give up eating for a hobby, right? I can't. It's a basic human necessity. Mm-hmm. So is sex a basic human necessity, right? So it's not like he's saying he would just go celibate to play video games.
Yeah, 100%. Maverick Cuba, thank you, brother. Says, I thought Asmongold and Penguin Zero Dude were the same guy until like a week ago. Same with Sticks and Razorfist. Everybody does look very similar, except Razorfist is really like sharp and like keeps himself like well groomed. Whereas that Sticks guy, I don't know who he is, but I've seen a picture of him before and after, and he looks like he's like going through some shit. Like, looks like he's dying. And I was like, that sucks, man. Maverick Cuba, I love you. Chai T says, leave my Roach King alone. No. Chai T says, in all seriousness, remember he both lost his parents relatively recently.
I read that one.
Can't blame him for finding consistent fulfillment through a game. Yeah, and also women suck, brother. I'm sorry to point this out. This is going to be new for people that haven't casually dated or casually had sex for like a long period of time. But the vast majority of women, now as a guy, this might be true for women too. I don't know about your perspective. Well, I'll get your perspective. But when I was like hooking up with girls all the time, dude, almost all of them sucked. And they didn't suck in ways where they were mean. Some of them were for sure. But a lot of them are just so boring. But they were like beautiful, right? But they were an empty husk of a human. And for some reason, it sucked my soul out to be around them. No pun intended. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't want to be around them.
Yeah, I dated some beautiful, boring people. But also, I don't know, with guys, it's a little bit different. I think the expectations of like what women want, what men want are a little different, right? Like you guys just want a girl with some personality, right? And like who maybe can cook and, a few other things, right?
Yeah.
With women, it's like we want someone that's like got their shit taken care of, like they're responsible, like they aren't, playing video games in their boxers in a beanbag chair, with their house absolutely destroyed. Like, I don't know. I've definitely like gone into a guy's house before and he didn't even have like a sheet on his bed at all. Not even, the fitted sheet.
That used to be me.
No, that you did not. You had a fitted sheet.
No,
on
I mean
your
that
bed.
used to be me.
Oh, thank God.
Bro,
Yeah,
I didn't give a fuck. Dude, you remember my yellow pillow? I had a
Gross.
yellow gross pillow, remember?
Yeah, well, your body inherently turns everything a dark color, like the sheets, the bed, the pillows. So that happens quickly.
Don't tell my secrets. What is wrong with you? Anyways,
Actually, I just threw that yellow pillow away yesterday because you didn't let me throw it away initially. So I put it away in a closet to be forgotten about for years. And then I threw it away like
something about
3 days ago.
Every man has the yellow squishy pillow that you just love.
It was like literally this thin.
Yeah.
And floppy.
I loved it. God, I loved it. I loved it.
Well, it's gone now.
And shout out to Master Lions, the top dog with his memberships. I appreciate you. I'm including memberships now for the Snake Resurrection. That's why I'm doing it, because we were actually really close yesterday, and my dumb ass just didn't do it.
I introduced him to feather pillows, which are superior because they can be bulky or thin.
Oh, wow. Shout out to Renee Galarza with 500 kicks. He says they're willing to die to dip in the warmth. Hey, you ain't lying, brother. Yeah, and that's the way a lot of people are. Well, think about it this way. All of you, I guarantee you, especially men, all of you have had friends that were like your super close friends. You would die together. You had each other's back, right? And then they get a girlfriend and they don't talk to you for like 5 years because they're like, oh, this is all I need. I don't need any of these other people. Whereas I was different, bro. When I got married, the only time I got married, when I got married, I remember I had to call everybody every like Saturday to get us all to meet up Sunday. I had to get my initial friend group to come meet up with me. And I did that for like 6 months. And I was the one, I had to drive to my hometown. So it was like an hour and a half away and they didn't drive. It was me driving. And then I would leave and I got really fed up with doing it. So I just stopped calling one day. And like, I think one of them messaged me like 4 or 5 months later. It was like I didn't exist unless I messaged them. Now, one of them moved to Huntsville and it was fine. But that's what all I'm saying is like, I have actually a lot of my guy friends are like that. And I'm not saying they're pieces of shit or anything. I'm just saying that once they get a girl, they're done with their friends. They could give 2 fucks. It's like they don't need you anymore. It's weird. It's very strange. I don't get that. I've never understood that. I've never been that way. What's up, Ablasius? How you doing, brother? Anyways, let's pull up Asmongold and see what he's got to say.
Just a men date all if you're watching about women or bond. Just a men date all if you're watching about women or bond the foul on bad faith ones. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not the even if I could, I wouldn't be trying to hook up with different girls every single week. I just feel like doing that is it's like I'm more interested in video games than sex. If you want me to be honest, I just am. I really like video games, and so girls are nice, sure. But I really like video games. That's my favorite thing to do. And so anyway, cuts into gaming time. It can. Would you raise an eagle? No, I don't think I'd be able to do a good enough job. And so I think it'd be irresponsible for me to do that. Personally, that's where I'm at.
Yeah. So they cut out a lot of context there, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, what he said was he would rather play video games than hook up with a new girl every week.
Yeah, then hook up with a new girl every week.
That shit's exhausting too. Once you do it for a while, it's exhausting.
It's way different than being in a long-term relationship and you know what to expect, you're comfy, and you could have sex every night and it's not a huge thing. But having sex with a new girl every week, that's rough.
Yeah. On Kick, Tommy says it's not even that bad of a statement. Well, here's the issue, brother, is when Asmongold or anybody that appears conservative online that talks about politics, when they say anything where somebody can try to say that they're gay and get because again, weirdly leftists use gay as an insult, even though they say that's what you're not supposed to do, but they do that now. I think it's been brought on by Hassan Piker, really started it hard, and now everybody's like, oh, we can just do this now. It's totally fine. And completely negate the entire reason we told other people to not do it. But we can do it, right? But at any rate, so they're taking his statement small and out of context to say he's gay, as if Asmongold gives a fuck. So here's the issue: is when you do things like this, when you're trying to roast a streamer to garner a reaction, Asmongold's not that guy. Asmongold is a guy that will quote tweet it and say, "LOL, I agree with myself here," and then move on. And all these people are fucking shaking their fists and so viscerally angry. They're like, hey, why won't he just be angry? Why won't he just be mad at us? It's he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care that you're calling him gay because he's comfortable with himself as a person, right? You know what I'm saying? And that'd be true to me. Like if somebody was like, "Oh, you're gay," I'd be like, "Well, yeah, I agree," because I know who I am. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But that's how a lot of people react. And it's always fun to see somebody that's basically not able to be roasted or not able to be trolled at all. It's like the greatest thing in the world, you know? Iron Gridge says, I tried hookups, didn't like it much. Well, it depends on who you are. So I did it for like 2 years, 2017 and 2018, especially 2017, man. I was hooking up with a girl like every 3 to 4 days off of Tinder. I guess they called it the glory days of Tinder. I just lucked up, and that's when my divorce happened. And I was in real good shape back then. I had way less muscle mass, but I was really thin. And I was just hooking up with girls left and right. And it was actually, I enjoyed it for a while. But it got really exhausting after a while, like keeping up conversations with like 3 to 4 girls 24/7. And I was like, fuck this. And then I started YouTube, and I completely stopped that like overnight. I deleted Tinder and everything. So,
I don't know if I'm in the majority here, but as a woman, I think that random hookups are generally extremely unsatisfactory. Like maybe the excitement level is there, but like in the end, it's unsatisfactory.
Yeah. Yarsenev says, hooking up with a new girl every week. We're perfect fine for Charlie Harper, so come work for us. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, exactly, Tommy Bottles. I agree with that. Make sure you guys do me a favor and like the show. We're already a 10th of the way to Naked Snake on the Resurrection stream. On the Resurrection show. I would rather PDH do Fight Milk though. That'd be fun. Did you do it that one time? You didn't actually do it.
No.
Oh, fuck.
You didn't reach it.
We were like $40 away that night.
It was perfect.
Oh, fuck. All right, anyways. She'll do it one day eventually. So at any rate, of course, people are calling him gay. Here's what Tectone said about it. And again, people have the wrong context about this. So Tectone says, people believe video games are better than sex because porn has ruined their minds. Sex isn't about fucking hard and getting sloppy going. Oh, God damn, Tectone. Oh, my God. I'm reading this live, brother. It's about deepening the relationships with the person you're going to love and spend the rest of your life with. Or culture ruins sex. I agree, yeah. So that is true because, brother, who was it? It was, what is that girl's name? Belle Delphine. So Belle Delphine, for like a year or two, like hyped up, like doing a porn on her OnlyFans. Yeah. And everybody was like, "Oh, hey, bro, oh my God, finally!" Because everybody thought she was hot. You know, she's the one that started that like makeup style and like Iago face or whatever.
Sold her bathwater.
Yeah, and she always made that goofy face with her eyes crossed, like she was getting fucked all the time, and I hated it. But of course, when it came out, my happy ass had to Google it. Because I have to. I have to see this. So I Googled it, and it was the worst. Like that poor guy that was doing it was not. It's like he had never done anything before. He's like barely moving, like and I was like, what am I watching? Right. But then on the other end of the spectrum, you'll watch a video where obviously it's like OnlyFans. I'm not talking about professional or anything, but it's like an OnlyFans clip. And it's like a couple, and he's just like 0 to 100 the entire time. And I'm like, that's boring, you know? Like Tectone said, it's not all about going as hard as fucking possible. You know what I'm saying, Ballard? Come on.
That tweet was something else.
It's not about hard to get sloppy and cum. Porn has ruined the minds, that's for sure. Because I mean, I think that probably happened to me a little bit. You know, obviously before I ever hooked up with anybody, I had watched porn before. So you just think you're supposed to do what you've seen on the video. What else are you supposed to do? I have no reference to what I'm supposed to do. So, but then you learn. And it's actually really good when it's with one person because you learn what that person likes and all like the slight angle and move and stuff. And then you utilize it on everybody and it works on everybody. You're like, oh, damn. That's how you do it.
I don't think that's true.
It's true. It's completely true. That's not how acceleration works, Hamburglar. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you what, man. But no, dude, people are tripping balls about it. Calling him a gay. They're calling him a gay. Of course, a gay. Can you believe it? I'm not shocked at all. Let's pull these up right here.
It's because of that Meat Canyon video, isn't it?
Oh, my God. That was a good video, though. Yeah. Right. So people are claiming that he doesn't even have an option for sex. Like right here. I'm like, he's worth like $100 million. I'm sure he can have sex whenever he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Doesn't matter. He's not fat and he can have sex whenever he wants.
There is 100% an attractive female out there that literally watches him and would like moving under his bed in a heartbeat.
Bro, I
With
was
that large of an audience. Are you kidding me?
I was at the Guitar Center today playing that fucking Les Paul that I'll never own. And at different times I could have owned it, but now I can't. So I was playing that Les Paul, and this like literal like smelly fucking floppy dude walked in that was like balding, and he had like a 22-year-old like emo girl with him that was pretty hot. Right now, she probably sucked, but still, he was smashing them pissers. So yeah, Asmongold don't look that bad at all. That guy looked awful. You know what I'm saying? At least Asmongold's thin. That's like a big deal, you know. So Mavic Kuba, Belle Delphine, fuck like trash. Just yeah, bro, it was so disappointing. She should have hired like a professional dude that's like you knows how to do this, so it looks like something you'd like to see. Other than like this really weird, awkward thing. Like it felt wrong. I was like, this feels weird to watch. Like this looks awkward and strange.
Like it was obviously like, I don't know, like a performance.
It wasn't entertaining. You know, I had to blow out my candles and just leave the room. I was like, well, I guess that ain't happening. Sly Rah! The internet's on fire. Let's burn it down. Let's go back to making games for Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, and argue over which version is better. Well, you know what they say. Genesis does, but Nintendo don't, brother. Thank you, Sly Rah. Appreciate you, brother. Shout out to Sly Rah coming in strong, brother. Appreciate you. Hell yeah. Anyways. Master Cheeks, isn't that a coincidence? This is normal, by the way. Being more obsessed with sex than your favorite hobbies isn't healthy. 100%.
Yes, exactly.
100%, brother. 100%. Flash says women seem more upset about this than anyone else. Well, yeah, because they want to. They want to. All these girls want to. Of course, this guy's saying that he's an incel again.
And naturally, online, he has a huge troll presence, a huge presence of women, especially that are probably like anti-Asmongold. So naturally, like anytime he says anything, there's going to be a ton of people just talking crap and blowing it out of proportion.
Billy says Belle was a grifter, just like all of them, and she was the worst one so far. Yeah, well, I mean, not all of them. I've seen pretty slick OnlyFans girls like that know what they know how to market, they know how to pose, and they know how to do everything. And I'm like, damn, you're good at this. Yeah, you shouldn't be this good at this. How'd you get so good at this?
I feel like the true test would be anybody who is calling him gay or is criticizing him heavily, like clicking on their profile and looking at some of the other type of stuff that they post. Let's vet these trolls, right?
This one says, well, yeah, games are easier to pay for, won't say no, and don't have a sense of smell. Perfect for Asmongold. I don't even understand that one.
So she's implying that he's a rapist there. That's pretty wild.
To be completely fair to like trolls and the internet culture, and this is kind of like what this stream title is about, is the entire internet landscape and culture has lost all meaning and all logic and reason, right? Every single, like, you can disagree about if you like Halo or like over Doom, the video games, and people will call you like a pedo and you need to kill yourself. Like on Twitter, there's like there's no like, I disagree with you or you're a bitch. It's like straight to the worst fucking thing possible. And it's made everything have no weight. So like nothing has weight anymore. Accusations, allegations, even stuff that is true. I mean, how do you think Dr. Disrespect survived like talking to that underage trans woman? Right? He survived that. And he still gets like 20,000 concurrent and does well. He survived that because everyone's called a pedo now. You can fucking say you like pancakes instead of waffles, and someone will call you a pedo for it. It's insane. It's like the entire landscape of like the internet it's just gone. It's gone. And it's gone so far that even corporations are catching up with it. Like people are no longer getting like canceled over legit reasons, or fired. They're just like, they just like all these corporations just assume that the internet's going to internet now. And they're all getting on board. And what this is doing unintentionally is making the internet way more dangerous. Because then the people that are legit predators can literally fly under the radar openly. Because everyone's just this guy now, right? It's crazy.
Something about the way that you said pancakes made me think of Cabin Fever when that little kid is yelling pancakes and then bites that guy's hand.
I don't remember that shit.
That's how they first get infected.
Are you talking about the newer one or the older one?
No, the old one. The new one was a remake that just shouldn't exist.
Oh yeah, everybody was shocked that guy had a gun. It was such an LA movie that it like hurt my brain. Why did you bring that? Oh my god, why'd you bring a gun? Oh my god. Everybody was freaking out because he had a gun. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Dude, every one of my friends has like 10 guns. Anyways, what's up, Wild Horse? You're over on Twitch. What are you doing over there? How you doing? God, it's been so long. Damn, she used to be everywhere. How you doing, baby? Chai T says, if Asmongold accepted his thinning hair and got jacked, he would literally be these OnlyFans girl 666 dream guy. That's part why I can't blame him being single. Well, that is a great point, Chai T. What a great point you have brought up. So something I've noticed as well that is loosely tied to this is women that will hate these kind of men and claim that they don't find them attractive. Right. So you'll see women all day long, like attractive women all day long on social media claiming that they don't like guys that are in shape or buff or like active looking. They like fat guys and old guys and bald guys. And I'm like, bro, shut your mouth. I've been to the gym. Okay. I know that I've seen these wives come into the gym. Shit. I was one of these guys in 2017. These wives would come into the gym and cheat on their husbands in the gym locker room, bro. In the gym locker room with the jacked guys. These are the same ladies that say they don't find these guys attractive. Except every time they're cheating, it's with a jacked gym bro guy that's running through them every single time. And their husband's like a fat guy. Every single time. Bro, fuck off. You're not slick. You're not slick. Oh my gosh, my entire chat's orange right now. Maverick Cuba says, my dog has laid out her favorite bones in a circle in the backyard. At noon, when the sun is overhead, she lays on her back in the middle of the circle and lets the sun hit her belly for 20 minutes. Should I get a priest? She sounds like she got possessed by a demon dog.
Yeah. Sounds like luck? She's trying to summon a better owner. No,
what luck? It all worked out. Holy shit. Shout out to my boy Maverick Cuba, brother. You are the top dog now. When has that ever happened?
She's trying to summon an owner that feeds her steak every night.
Yeah. That's for damn sure. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Shout out to Maverick Cuba being the man with a plan. Thank you, brother. I gotta even look at this. Where you at? Yeah. Okay. I have to do math, Maverick. Sorry. There it is. All right, cool. Making sure. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, Maverick Cuba. Shout out to my boy, dude. Thank you, dude. My boy. My beautiful boy. All right. Oh my God. Look at that. We already beat last stream in 2 seconds. Wow. What a day. Thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys. I love you. I appreciate you. All right. Thank you. Erikaya says bald man supremacy. I feel bad every time I like say bald piece of shit guy. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean it.
So many bald friends.
I have so many bald friends.
You said bald.
Yeah. No, I don't. I think bald is cool as fuck when you're jacked. I mean, is anybody?
It instantly gives Steve Cold Austin Stone.
Yeah, Steve Cold Austin Stone. Yeah, he's a great guy. Him and his Stunner Stone Cold movie does. No. No. Yeah. If you're jacked, like no one's gonna say Kratos looks like a bitch. Okay. Yeah. Kratos looks like a man. Thank you so much, Erikias. And opposite of Erikias, we have a very long-haired Raken. We're still waiting for him to move in with us.
Yeah.
Where the hell are you?
Where are you? Are you here yet?
Thank you, man. Every girl I've ever dated likes to do it. Yeah. Well, they won't tell. They'll tell you if you are one of those guys. But if you're not one of those guys, bro, you know how many girls I hooked up with, and they're like, I don't usually like guys that are in shape, and then they like rub all over my fucking body.
Personally, I feel like if I was dating a guy that was like skinny abs, sure, but like if I was dating someone that was fit enough to have abs, I would feel insecure a lot all the time. You know, I don't know. It's just not like. That's
why you try to make me eat pizza all the fucking time and barbecue.
I'm eating pizza. No, you do that thing where like you can't eat a bad thing unless I'm eating a bad thing.
Yeah, but you order bad things all the time.
I do.
Yeah. Anyways, this person says this guy still plays games. I thought he just harassed developer women, but yeah, just using it as a political jumping off point. All of these are just, like basically a lot of these people are just using this as a political jumping off point. That's what it is. It's because unlike women, he can actually turn on his games. Random black guy. This is true. To be fair, women have got me in way more trouble than gaming ever has. 100%. 100%, brother. I've never had a video game show up to my front door with whiskey and chicken and dumplings to drop it off while I had another video game on upstairs. Okay. That shit's happened in real life. I've had women show up with like Tupperware and like whiskey as a gift. And
bringing offerings.
Yeah. And I was like,
exchange.
And I was like, all right, go away now. And I took it and I'm like, thank you so much. And then I'm like, all right, go. I guess they thought they were going to come in. And I'm like, no, there's another girl here. I ain't doing that shit. I've had that happen. Right. And I had a girl that her boyfriend showed up one time. That scared the piss out of me.
And you had to talk him down off the ledge.
I did have to talk him down. It was very, very weird. He like shows up and he sits on the edge of my couch while she's on the other side, just scrolling on her phone, like trying to not pay attention. And I'm talking to this guy. And to be fair, they were like 20 and I was like 27, right? Because it's a college town, right? So, she was like 20 or I don't remember. And so he's a young guy and he's like sitting on my couch and he's like, I'm just so worried she's going to cheat on me. And I was like looking in his eyes. I'm like, bro, this is not going to be your last relationship.
Because she did.
Yeah. Like it's already happened, brother. Ago. It already happened. Yeah, well. And I gotta point this out here, everybody that are thinking I'm a dickbag. I also agree with that. I was not a good person back then. But also, almost every one of these girls across the board, almost all these girls across the board always told me they were in an open relationship or they weren't with anybody until after we hooked up. And then they told me, okay. It wasn't like they showed up and they were like, I have a boyfriend, fuck me. It wasn't like that. They would always tell me, like I hooked up with this one girl and we hooked up. And then like a week after we'd been hooking up, she's like, oh, so I want to tell you, like my boyfriend actually would totally freak out if he knew this. And I'm like, you told me he knew about it. Yeah. But I didn't, whatever. I mean, to be fair, I probably wouldn't have cared when I was 27 because I didn't give a fuck about nothing. Chat T says Asmongold celibate by choice. Hassan goes to brothels. That's true. But also, I don't think Asmongold's celibate. I think, the whole point of that statement was, I don't see a point in hooking up with a girl every day. Right? He didn't say he would never have sex again. Right? And that's the context that people are intentionally leaving out just to call him gay or whatever. Right? So, Hirakai, the neighborhood girl would constantly ask me for a loan of some of my home gym equipment. And then when I needed to pick it up, she would ask me to go all the way into her house. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, my God, brother. All right, let's move on. So it says, be a woman. Ghosts 95% of all men. Men fuck off and indulge in their favorite hobby. No, you're supposed to give me attention even though I fucking ghosted you. Why are women like this? Exactly. I mean,
wasn't there an entire movement? What was that movement called? It was so stupid. Like women were like kind of universally agreeing that they should be celibate and like increase the men's loneliness epidemic.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember
that was like when I think Trump was elected like a year ago or a year. Yeah. So basically it was not hot girls. It was all these obese women with glasses for some reason. And they were all like, we're just going to stop having sex with men and see how they like it. And I'm like, okay, I agree to your conditions, ma'am. I promise I don't care to get your smelly rolls on me. Because they do smell, brother. I've smelt them. We've all smelt them. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm talking about. Don't act like you don't know. Okay. Shout out to Mr. Rakin, not the new Toppy Doggy. Hey, damn, brother. He says, by the way, the Buc-ee's finally open yesterday and it's been packed for the last... Did you go over there, dude? There's a Buc-ee's in Phoenix now? That's pretty far out there.
Hey.
Damn.
Well, I mean, it originated in Texas, so...
Yeah, that's just... Wow, it's usually only in the South. The South. Right? So, anyways, thank you, Rakin. I appreciate you. I love you. I appreciate you. Shout out to Rakin for being goated. Thank you, buddy. All right. Thank you, Rake. Oh, my God. Renee Galarza. No! Renee Galarza on kick with a 500 kick says... I'm bald. I should feel shame, but I still have my beard. Based.
How much is 500 kicks?
$5. Hey, Sebby, thanks for the raid, Sebby on kick. I love you. Yeah. My boy's a good dude. Thank you, Renee. Love you. Appreciate you. Shout out to Renee Galarza for being goated. Thank you. Maverick Cuba extending his top dog lead today. Thank you, brother. He says, does it make it worse that the crows have been trying to steal her bones for a few months and I've found multiple dead blackbirds in the yard? Yeah, it sounds like your dog is a demon.
No. Like she's really clever. She's baiting the birds. It sounds like she's doing a hunting thing, right?
Yes. So she's intentionally getting buzzards to come get her. You know,
Take me away to my steak daddy.
yeah. Reiki cake. Oh my God. You see this?
Where is it? What did he say? Reiki cakey.
He does have a cake on him though.
That's it.
He got a good cake on him.
That's it. That's the name forever.
Reiki
Sorry,
cake.
Reiki cake.
I'm changing the name of my phone immediately. Oh my gosh. Oh, if you're cool and awesome, you can have both. Why does every one of these have a translate? So you can do both at the same time. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I was saying.
Sean says, "I believe the words you're looking for are ritual sacrifice." That makes sense. Okay, demon dog.
Why does every one of these have a trans flag? So don't worry, no woman will ever be interested in you anyway. Oh, okay. People mad at him for this, but getting a pentakill in League feels better than sex. I don't even know what that means. People will hate you truly and vehemently hate you if you tell them there are things you care about more than getting laid. Oh, based. Bro, I tell you what, it is true. Because again, the vast majority of people are down bad. The vast majority of people don't have regular sex. They can't even fathom the perspective of wanting to hang out at home. I have done that. I remember being on Tinder back in the day, and there's a girl and she's like, let's hang out like tonight or tomorrow or something. And I knew that it was like my day off or something at work, you know? And I already was like excited to play of this certain video game. Evil Within was one of them. I played the fuck out of Evil Within. And I was like, oh, I got to play that game. And I was so excited. And the girl was like, hey, let's hang out tomorrow. And I literally was like, oh, damn, I can't do it. Because I wanted to play Evil Within so bad. I wanted to platinum it. So like, but they don't, people that are angry or freaking out are people with the perspective of, they're like,
this could be your last chance.
This could be the last time. Yeah. That like, this is the last time I'll ever have sex. And that's probably true about a lot of men. A lot of men out there probably like the rare times that they get to actually engage in like sex, they probably like legitimately like, oh my God, this might be the last time. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's my take on it. And of course, women will just be mad at him. Because women,
it's not even about what he said. You know, they're like any take they can have against him, they're going to have it.
Well, that's true. But also women in general, their entire value structure is based on sex. So if you're not interested in sex with women, then
they can't control you.
They have nothing. Yeah. And like people can argue if like women have different values. You know, I agree with a lot of those things. But when it boils right down to it, like women's value is based in that. Like women get job opportunities when they're attractive because their bosses find them attractive and want to be around them. And they may not even be thinking about it in a sexual way at all. But biologically, she's like, oh, she'll be nice to have around, and she's smart. But she's also attractive. So it's always factored in, right? And if you don't have that, you're nothing, unfortunately. Now, men, that goes the same for men too. Like men need to be relatively groomed and keep their shit up straight. But it's a way lower line than women. Right. Men, you can be gargoyle-y. Just don't like be 500 pounds and on a mobility scooter and you'll be all right. Right. Thank you, General Skullface. Ryan Stevens says video games don't try to emasculate me. Well, it depends on the video games you're playing, sir, because a lot of them try to do that for sure. You know, a lot of video games try to demasculate you. I mean, shit, most of the AAA games that have come out in the last 5 years, that's their entire goal is to demasculate you. Never send a man to do a woman's job. And then there's a girl with abs and she beats all the men's asses. Like, think about Last of Us Part 2. Like, Ellie was just killing like a building full of 100 fucking 200-pound guys with her bare hands. I was like, okay, all right. Freetown Joe. Is that a goat? No, it's not a goat. I thought his PFP was a goat. What is it? Oh, it's just a guy. Well, shit. I thought it was a goat. From far away, it looks like a little goat. Think he lied? No. I would wager this, and I know a lot of people might not think this is true, but I would wager that Asmongold probably has regular sex. I think he probably has regular sex, like once a month or at the very least. Okay. I think people see Asmongold and then they compare it to people that they know that they might think is similar to him in some way, shape, or form, right? Either with it where it's looks or Well, probably just looks, right? And also video games, right? What people don't understand is what you see on a stream is not always the case. So Asmongold is extremely, extremely wealthy. Asmongold is also extremely, extremely goal-oriented. He's extremely strong in his views, and he's extremely confident in those things. All of these things work for you in the sexual market. Okay, there's a reason why he's so large. It's because he's streaming 24/7, has 18 clip channels, 18 short channels. He puts all the work in. You know what I'm saying? All of these things go forward in being able to attract somebody to have sex with. All of it works in your favor. Okay, you're not that guy. A lot of people see Asmongold and they're like, oh, well, he is kind of looks like a nerd and isn't super attractive. Therefore, he's like all the other guys I've ever seen in that same frame. But that's not how that is. You know what I'm saying? I know plenty of fucking disgusting ass dudes that actually are just like drug dealers. Like they're like petty drug dealers. Like they sell like, weed and shit. And they have nothing going for them. And they have like a cute little girlfriend. I see that every day. Every day. Okay.
Not to mention that I think a lot of women tend to be a little bit more, and maybe this is not a good take, but I feel like a lot of women tend to be a little bit more, what do they call it when you're not necessarily like attracted by sight alone? Like there's a word for it. Anyways, I think they tend to see the value in somebody for who they are over their looks more often.
Yep. That's the case, man.
Like I've dated a lot of ugly guys.
You always say this every stream.
I'm just kidding.
Every
I really
stream.
have though.
Every stream. Oh my gosh. Chai T says, ideally you find a partner you can passively enjoy hobbies with, like streaming and WoW class. Exactly. 100%. 100% Chai T. Thank you, Chai T. I love you, Chai T. Chai T going in strong. We're a third of the way to Naked Snake. We might resurrect the snake today. Can you believe it? They also, the mods recommended, did I tell you? Yeah, I told you earlier. The mods recommended me replacing Snake for the new streak with Master Cheeks. And Irikiah sent me like a Etsy helmet, like a Master Chief helmet. It looked awesome from Etsy. It was like $400. I'm like, he's like, it's reasonably priced. And I'm like, Irikiah, I have $8, Irikiah. I could never buy that. Irikiah, I go to Guitar Center every day and weep as I play this Epiphone Les Paul. That is fantastic. It's one of the ones where you pull it off the rack and it's just solid as shit. Because a lot of times you'll pull stuff off the rack and it sucks. It just is one of those well-built out of the fucking factory guitars. And I play it every day and I'm like, man, I wish I could have this, but I can't.
And we just spent like $1,300 in plumbing over the last few weeks.
Yeah, that's
between
true.
The water heater and the pressure regulator.
Oh yeah, the water heater too. Fuck, bro. Yeah, we got our water fixed this morning.
Oh, it's so nice.
Thank
There's
God.
nothing like getting in a shower and it not just trickling water on top of your head. It took me like an hour to wash my hair and get all the soap out.
Yeah, it was bad. It was literally just dripping like 2 days ago, and now it's finally blows your face off. It's awesome now.
Yeah, and this has been going on for like a year, so
yeah dude.
Can't flush the toilet and take a shower at the same time.
Yeah, but it got way worse in the last like month. Like even worse. I'd buy that for $1. All right. How much is the guitar? $8.99. It's $6.99. It's not like the one that's named after a guy. I forget the guy's name. It's just it's like a Les Paul custom, like an Epiphone. And normally I would not be about that life, but China has really fucking picked up their game lately. Like Chinese guitars, like Les Pauls, holy ass. They feel almost as good as my ESP standards, man. It's the weirdest thing I've ever experienced. When I was growing up, if you didn't spend $1,000 on a guitar, it was going to be ass cheeks when I was growing up.
Drevlock said men tend to be individual in their attraction. Women tend to be communal. What does that mean? Like, does everyone else approve? Is that kind of the communal aspect? Or is it like if they have cool friends? Because I've definitely dated people because they had cool friends before.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like I want them to be my friends.
I wouldn't give a fuck. Yeah, that makes sense. Maverick Cuba says she's an 80-pound Aussie Shepherd and she's killed multiple gophers. I think she thinks the gophers and the crows are colluding against her. Shit. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you extending his lead again. Thank you, man. Top dog today. Thank you, brother.
Aussies are control freaks,
Yeah,
kind of like German Shepherds. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, dude. You deserve way more nice access. I actually sold all my guitars. I have 2 guitars now. I used to have like 7, and I played 2 of them a lot, but I sold all of them except for my one except for my first big ESP purchase ever, my Japanese ESP. I kept that one because I have to, because it's just I can't get rid of it. I can't. I would rather die.
Hold the phone.
What?
Art in the chat has admitted to believing a woman could be right, and that woman was a dog, an Aussie Shepherd, but still.
Don says you sold them. What? Yeah, I had to. I had to pay my mortgage, brother. I had to pay the mortgage, brother. Yeah, my last race was I blew budget by like $3,000, so I had to make $3,000. So, but it's all good now. Everything's fixed now. It's just that was like the final stretch, and I was like, I got to do it, brother. I got to do it. But at any rate, it's all good. All right. At any rate, let's read this one. It says, I can already imagine the amount of hate coming Asmongold's way for saying this. Feminists will be crying men are incels and how video games are for little boys and they're a waste of time. Men have a lot to worry about already nowadays, and hooking up with girls isn't reliving any of that stress, but adding to it. Isn't it weird? Aren't women the ones that always talk about how hookup culture is evil? But now they're calling Asmongold an asshole because he doesn't want to engage in hookup culture?
That is ironic.
That's very, very weird. It says trying to be with a woman in this day and age just comes with so much baggage. Some men just aren't really accepting anymore. Men just want to have fun and play video games now, just do the things they need to do and relax in a hobby they love, and I don't blame them. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Like, for me, there was a time, I remember when I was 28, I was like 27, 28, and I remember 100% being certain I would never, ever be in a relationship again. 100% certain, because I dated so many girls in that year or that 2-year period. I was like, I don't like any of these girls. That means I'm broken, right? I'll never be in another relationship. But it takes the right person. And why would you want to sift through the sea of shit when you have so much to do, right? Especially like Asmongold. A lot of people don't realize how much work goes into all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to edit after this stream. I stream every single day. I'm looking up stuff to talk about every single stream. Researching on everything I want to talk about every single stream. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just one aspect of it. One. And then you have to be engaging with people on social media 24/7. Right? So at any rate. Yeah, exactly, Ryan Steven. Yep. Yeah, Jay Witt, agree with that. I agree with that shit. Make sure you guys do me a favor and like the show. We're already a third of the way to Naked Snake, a pink and a red boy from a rainbow night, which will get us almost there. Oh my God. Thank you guys for all the love. Shout out to Master Lions for the gifted subs. And shout out to Maverick Cubo, the top dog today, and Renee Lars over on Kick. I love you. All right. Yeah, I agree with that. You know, I agree with that. And again, that brings me back to my original point, right? Is women, they get butthurt when you point out the fact that, unfortunately, what it boils down to, and I'm not trying to be a dick here, but what it boils down to is these women, that's kind of their place in the world, is being sexually attractive or, being attractive in general, because they hold like a monopoly on the marketplace of sex for that reason. Men don't. So
that is a bad take, but it's okay.
What?
You're saying women's place in the world is just to be attractive?
I'm not saying that's their place. I'm saying biologically that's like one of the harsh truths.
One of their main roles. You can say that.
Yeah, it's one of the harsh truths is like,
especially initially, like if you're talking about dating and you're talking about like initial impressions.
Definitely initially, yeah.
Yeah.
So the whole point is women's value is almost all entirely based in looks and attractiveness. Right? It helps them get jobs. It helps them get it probably is unanimously almost the reason they get jobs and get relationships to start out with. Men are completely the opposite, right? Now, obviously a man needs to be a little bit attractive, right? But it's way less of a bar to reach over. And that's why people always, there's like a common trope where it's all like, there's a fat, ugly guy with a hot girl, and that no one can ever understand it. That proves that trope that a guy that's not fucking unbelievably attracted, but has the other pieces in place, can actually obtain a girl that's really attractive, right? Because all he wants in a relationship is an attractive woman, and what she wants, she needs like 4 or 5 different things.
But can he keep her? It's kind of like the same premise of like a woman being hot and a guy jumping in a relationship with her and marrying her. It's like,
he got to.
But when are you going to get tired of her? Right? Like eventually you're going to, if that's the only thing she brings to the table. And the same with the guy too. Like if all he brings to the table is money, she's going to marry you and then leave with it. So
yeah. I mean, all these things factor in. But Erikiah says, women have tried to destroy my life over I don't have time for anyone right now. You deserve someone who's going to put time into you too. Shit. Arts, I'm pretty sure I got my most recent job because I'm a tall guy with blue eyes. All the executives are the same. Well, that's true too. You know, we got that blue white dude privilege. You know what I'm saying, brother? Albatross says the women who hate men the most are going to be the ones who complain what Asmon says about guys in video games. Go figure. Of course. 100%, man. Hey, how you doing, Tug Simp? Where the hell you been? Oh, Tug Simp. Tug Simp says it's not all about looks. There's chemistry. Yeah, well, that goes without saying, right?
That's part of the keeping.
Yeah, that's part of the keeping, not part of like 100% certain. And it depends on where you are in the marketplace of like dating. Like if you, this all kind of pertains to people that kind of have their shit together. You know, everything else is kind of irrelevant. And it's more relevant for women than it is men, right?
Yeah.
So
with looks, you're going to get a chance. With money or success or whatever, you're going to get a chance. And then,
yeah, like women, if there's like a decently good put together guy out there, his bar for like a woman, like if a woman walks up, she's not attractive immediately, she never has a chance with him, right? Whereas vice versa, same thing with the men, but it is a lot more factors for men. Now, after that, you proceed with that, then it's just like me being on Tinder. I would match with girls that were hot, and then I would hang out with them and hook up with them once, and I would never hook up with them again because they sucked. They were just boring, right? But I tried it, right? I tried it on. So, and that's the most important thing for a woman is to be attractive. And the most important thing for a man is to be attractive, be relatively in shape, you know, usually own a home, look like you have your shit stuck together, have a decent personality, be kind of charming, a little bit funny. There's just like 85 things a man has to do because a
woman has to, you know what I'm saying? Like after a certain point, I think men are more likely to give women chances, right? So like out of the gate, women are at an advantage maybe. Whereas women won't give men chances unless they kind of have the whole package, but men won't keep women unless they have the whole package either.
Yeah.
Right. So it's really just more about like, it really is only affecting sex more than it is relationships, I would say.
And you can get your foot in the door with those things. But again, women have to like, I would have never matched with any of those girls if they weren't attractive at all, not even remotely. So that's the most important thing. Now when it comes to men, it's completely different. Right. So that's just how it be sometimes. Daniel Robertson says, at the end of my relationship with my ex, I disassociate, sit and play Dark Souls 3s all day, and then putting up with their BS after 5 years. Oh, yeah, for sure, brother. For sure, dude. I'm all about that shit. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate you, brother. Welcome back. Maverick Cuba says, you ever been so unemployed you sit on the patio, drink vodka, and watch crows? They are honestly fascinating. Gophers just as destructive. Hell yeah, brother.
Feed them. Feed the crows and see if they bring you back goodies.
Feed the crows. Feed the crows. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you. Shout out to my boys. Thank you, guys. We're on track.
Yes, Urikias, exactly.
We're on track to resurrect the snook. Thank you, Maverick. I really appreciate that, brother. I really, really do love you, man. I appreciate you. Default Anonymous says, when you guys get married, you're going to have a prenuptial agreement. She's a gold digger, Cody. She has calls and a race car driver. Yeah.
I have more money than
she has infinitely more money than me. So
yeah, I make a lot.
Well, she makes a lot. And also, I literally spent every dollar I had, on racing, you know what I'm saying? The last couple of years, and basically just kept certain things alive, like paying artists and stuff. But other than that, I was just, so no, she's probably gonna get one on my ass. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. But I'm working my way back as quick as possible. Luckily it helped me. This whole process taught me a little bit about other things. And I got all my taxes fixed and I got everything fixed that I'm actually going to get a decent chunk of change back from property, which is going to be so magical. I'm going to literally like shit my pants and cry probably when it happens. But it'll be a few months from now because that's how the government works. So unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
but it was for a good cause, right? Like
yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was awesome. I wanted to talk about this a little bit. Because you weren't on the stream yesterday, but it's really cool. Cam is PDH sugar baby. That's true. That's really true. Thank you, Chai T. I love you and I appreciate you. I love you and I appreciate you, Chai T. Thank you. But so I was streaming yesterday and I briefly talked about this story and I wanted to get your opinion on it because it's kind of interesting. And I shouldn't say interesting. It's kind of unique. The situation's very unique. So there was this teacher in Colorado who was fired after making her young students make out in class and graded them on it. And by the way, she made the female girls make out with each other.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, she made the girls make out with each other and graded them on making out. And if they didn't, then they got a 0. And by the way, of course, she's like an LGBTQ plus activist.
How did that? I don't understand how. I mean, I guess in high school I was stupid too, but like, how did she get away with this? You know what I mean?
She moved to another elementary school, so that leads reason to believe that these are minors, right? Or were minors. And when you're a kid, like a little kid, you trust teachers.
Oh, elementary, yeah. That would be horrifying. That's trauma. I mean, like in elementary school too. I feel like that's a tad young
and
for kissing.
And you know she was doing this for her own pleasure because she was watching it. That's what she was doing. She was doing this all for her own pleasure. And somehow she did not get charged with anything because the police determined that no crime was committed because the underage girls participated willingly. So you're telling me that underage children can engage in whatever sexual activity they want as long as they consent to it? Are we changing the rules now? Because that's not the case, brother. Okay? Right? That's insanity. It would be different if there was two 12-year-olds that kissed. Like I kissed a girl when I was 12 years old, right? But it is way different when your teacher forces you to do it.
In front of everyone.
In front of everyone.
Do you know how like morbidly embarrassed you are about things like that in elementary school? Like that is major. Yeah, and the police said that the reason she wasn't charged is because it didn't happen in a private setting. Which is the opposite. Yeah, no, I don't understand how she's not being charged. That's crazy.
Because it's in Colorado.
Like she was literally using her position and seat of power to force children into these awkward positions. Mm-hmm. And it clearly has like a sexual underlayment to it. I don't understand how she can't be charged.
Yep. It is unbelievable.
She's going to be socially like, she's going to be a social piranha at least. Like people are going to like hear about it and
Piranha.
Piranha.
She's going to be a piranha.
A piranha.
She's a predator for sure, right? Then she got another job immediately at another school called Malley Drive Elementary School. And of course she was fired after the news broke.
Thank God.
How the fuck do they not just talk? Do these schools not talk? Is there not a database? This reminds me of that it was, I don't remember what it was. It might have been like House or like a documentary thing. But there was like a nurse that was killing people. Just straight up kill. There was like a nurse at a hospital just killing the fuck out of people.
Yeah.
Like 10 to 15 people in a year. And then they would just get fired and they would go get another job as a nurse and kill 10 or 15 more people. And it was estimated that they killed well over 100 people as a nurse. And no one caught on because there was no database talking about them killing people. And also the hospital wouldn't like make it public because they didn't want to freak everybody out or cause lawsuits, right? So they would just fire the person.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. And that sounds like the same shit. Sounds like the exact same shit. It's like if these people would have taught, like if you're a teacher and you do something like this, it needs to be almost like a sex offender list for teachers. So it like pops up for all teachers. Like if you were a teacher at one point in time and you did something like this, you get put on like a teacher predator list and you can't be hired as a teacher anymore. Like, that is insanity. And you know, she's probably going to, after this fades off, this story fades off a little bit.
She's probably going to get another job.
She'll get another job as a teacher. And then she's just going to sexually assault a kid again. Because this was sexual assault.
Yeah, this was like a precursor.
Yeah.
Right? Next is she is going to be taking them in a closet.
Yep, that's just how it is. Maverick Cuba, as long as you don't end up as asked out as the quartering, all the BS he blew money on just to have turn around and sell it. He bought his, well, you know, I actually, well, I was thinking about that the other day, and I am so thankful that I never did anything wild. You know, I never financed anything insane. Like, there was a point in time where I actually was like, man, I could refinance my house and pull out $100,000 cash. Remember that?
I was like, absolutely not.
I loosely talked about it, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. But that would, like, that's why the quartering's mortgage is like over $10,000, because he took like $200,000 out of his house and refinanced against his house, right? And had a $10,000 mortgage because he is paying off the loan and his home now. Whew, brutal. So yeah, he's not making that a month. I guarantee that. Thank you, Maverick Cuba. I love you, buddy. I appreciate you, brother. My boy coming in strong. We're inching closer to the resurrection of the snake. We're almost halfway there. A single pink and red boy would get us even closer. Thank you, guys. And that would get the rainbow. Taste the rainbow. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. But no, that, like, it made me unironically upset when I read this story. And I actually pulled up the Grok. I'll pull up the Grok and read it to you real quick. So I had this yesterday pulled up on Grok. So, and when you hear the actual police officers' reasoning behind it, or the investigation team, it is insane. It says, here's what the students testified against, okay? It says Honka, which is the teacher's name, hilariously, always selected girls for kissing roles, despite an even gender split in the class. So she just made girls make out. Participation affected their grades. A posted classroom rule in the class says the answer is always yes, which created pressure. Some students felt uncomfortable but participated anyway. One who refused received a 0. Another attendance dropped after the incident. A meme circulated among the students saying she makes girls kiss. Additional complaints involved Honka sharing sensitive information in her class. So she told her students her history as a child abuse victim, infertility struggles, and suicidal thoughts.
No, bad.
Insanity. What the worst teacher I've ever heard of in my life, which some students found inappropriate. Of course, Honka denied forcing anybody to kiss and said no one had to participate. Yeah, okay. Then why are you being fired? Why are you being fired then? I'm confused. And also, why was that ever a thing? Why was there ever
why was there ever an option for kissing?
Yeah. So they filed a police report with the Denver Police Department. So here's why there was no criminal charges. Because no staff members directly witnessed any of the kisses. Oh, thank God for that, right?
So children's word means nothing.
Yep, good. The incidents occurred in the context of what was presented as a classroom educational skit. And it wasn't private or overtly sexual. So you can, for your entertainment, you can make minors just make out. Because it's not overtly sexual and it's not private, it's in public. Students participated. So these minors gave their consent to make out with other minors, or else they're going to get a 0. So therefore, sorry. Any alternative, by the way, alternatives were offered. So the teacher said that they didn't have to make out. And so the police are taking the word of the teacher over the children.
Right.
But they're saying, oh, well, we don't know if this is actually true, but she's the other lady, the teacher and the person that actually committed these things. She said that she offered alternatives, but so they're choosing to believe her over the children right there. So it did not clearly meet the element of criminal statutes such as sexual assault. The matter was handled professionally as professional employment misconduct through the school's district process. And this is exactly like the hospital thing I was talking about. Well, we handled it internally, therefore it's fine. You know,
we were the judge, jury, and executioner on our own teacher.
Yeah, for sure. Sly Ra says, so believe all victims until the victim was a kid. It would be different if it was one kid, Sly Ra.
And to me, I feel like her talking about her situation as a kid being sexually abused is further proof of the likelihood of this happening. Like, first of all, sharing that personal information, which is inappropriate, already crossing boundaries.
Yep.
Right. And the fact that most people who were not most people, a lot of people who were sexually abused as children end up doing the same. It's like having an alcoholic parent end up being an alcoholic. Like, so to me, I'm like, how is all of this together not painting a very clear picture?
So Sly Rye says, believe all victims until victims are kids. Well, the teacher admitted to doing it. She just said they didn't really have to. But she also was grading minors and picking the groups herself to be girl on girl, and she's an LGBTQ activist. She's a lesbian lady. So first things first, she made minors kiss or make out, which that's the end of the story right there. Now, oh well, they didn't have to. That's irrelevant. She made them make out. Why? That should have never happened.
Yeah.
How did that even happen? And people are saying there should be cameras in the classroom. Well, guess what? If there were cameras in that lady's classroom, she would have never done that. Why?
True.
Why? I can tell you why, right? The reason why is because she knows it's bad. She knows it's bad, right? 100%. Are you frozen? Oh, no, you're fine. Well, you're fine on yours.
Yeah.
That's weird. Well, you're just dead now. Yeah, I think
I
you should.
have very low Wi-Fi. I think I need to plug.
Yeah, you definitely need to plug in eventually.
Which is funny because I moved the router closer to my computer. You would think that would.
It's probably your Wi-Fi adapter's just shit in the bed like a motherfucker nowadays. That's probably why we were playing WoW the other night and you just couldn't connect.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Art, I completely agree. 100%. It's the most disgusting thing. The most disgusting thing, and it like boils my blood. And unfortunately, she's gonna be able to. She'll be teaching again in 2 seconds. I guarantee you, she'll be teaching again, and it'll be totally fine. Exactly, Tiffany. They can't consent. That's the whole point, right? But that's just how it is, brother. That's just how it is. Calignus Wolf, what's up, brother? As you know, I vanished. Why? A woman. I get where Asmongold is coming from. It was a cluster. I'm a foster to her child, and mom's a stayed away. Wouldn't change a thing. Already dad, but this was tough, man. I tell you what, brother. Yeah, and like they were saying earlier, a video game's never.
A video game is never going to make you fall in love with your stepdaughter and then run away and leave you with her.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and then you have to explain why her mom's not there. That's rough.
Yeah. Thank you, Calignus Wolf. I appreciate you, brother. We love you, buddy. We appreciate you. Hot diggity damn. John Harris is like, check for a driver update. That's possible. That's very possible. They wonder why they don't want these freaks around children. Well, I mean, look, I'm not trying to be a dickbag, but there is like FBI statistics for this kind of thing. And it's something like it's based on per capita. It's something like fucking 90 times more likely if they're one of these people. Right?
Right.
It's fucking crazy. You wouldn't think it's that way, but it is. You know? So that's just life, man. Answer the conversation with a man 30 years ago. Oh, yeah. Think about this for a minute, Stellar. And I don't know if this is what you're saying, Stellar, but think about this. What if a male teacher made girls make out in front of him to grade them
instantly?
On it? He would be in prison the next day.
Yeah.
He would be probably get a life sentence, actually.
Or even boys.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, he'd probably get a life sentence. And of course, he'd be on the sex offender list. Of course. Right? But luckily, she somehow still belongs to a protected group of people right now. You know, which you can't, for some reason, when things start getting like muddy and fall under this issue somehow, it's like, oh, well, we can't put you in prison because our police department will be called bigots and people will be angry at us online. That's probably a big reason as to why she wasn't charged, because she's like openly a lesbian and making girls kiss and make out in her class for grades. That's probably why she wasn't charged, right? Because she's like, I don't think this is weird. This is for learning. I'm mature, right?
Yeah.
So there are more women PDOs than men, but culture doesn't care. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Thank you, man. Appreciate you guys. All right. Let's move on. I saw this today and this blew my asshole. This blew my asshole out to water. Oh no, I gotta zoom out to get my bookmarks. Damn you fucking. Oh, well, okay. What is it? X? Yeah. Stop, you bastard. What? Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. Yeah, X. If you zoom into X, it just removes the bookmarks tab. It's really cool. So right here, this is new startup idea. Like, bro, I've seen these things before and I will never understand them. They are the grossest shit in the world. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line, what she did was wrong. She got fired for it, and she knows that she's a predator, playing the victim, saying she's oppressed because she's a slur. Yep, that's true, man. Oh my god. Retweet you, Art. Okay, let me go over to the ooks. The ooks. God, my foot hurts. My foot hurts. Oh my god. All right. So at any rate, there's this, and now I got to be honest. I don't necessarily think this is new. But I see these things all the time, and I also see the absolute abhorrent versions of these things men do. But I want to know what you think about this. Okay, here it is. So it says, women undergoing midlife crises gather at an anger management luxury resort, paying fortunes to scream and act like fucking psychos as therapy. Like, have you ever seen this shit before? And I gotta say this, it is always white women.
I understand how it could be cathartic to like scream, but like you can do that at home.
Yeah, like, well, sure. But here's the thing, man, is it reminds me of that time. This is loosely related. It reminds me of that time Payless shoe stores. That fucking cheap shoe store called Payless Shoes. They did like a social experiment where they pretended to be a designer shoe store and then started charging hundreds of dollars for their shoes, and people came in droves to buy their shoes.
Yeah.
And I think this is the case. It's like some lady that wrote a book on some therapy is charging $20,000 per session, and all these white women are showing up because they think it's like some new revolutionary thing. And it's literally just some bullshit artsy like pseudoscience that
Why don't I do that? I could do that.
Anybody, I feel like
I could start a cult.
Yeah, you could literally start something. I mean, it's the same thing as when people will go to art shows. I remember the first time I saw like one of these outrageous art shows, and some of you in chat might remember this from the early days of the internet. Okay. So I remember there was a video online, and it was an art exhibit, like a real high-end artsy exhibit, and all these people were crowded around this artiste, and it was like a young girl with short, goofy, like bowl cut haircut, and she was just shoving SpaghettiOs into her vagina and pushing them out on the floor. It was at an art exhibit, shoving SpaghettiOs into her vagina and pushing them out over and over and over and over and over. And you know that she's legitimately, probably diagnosably and fucking sane. And all these people are like, oh, I understand the metaphor, because they want to appear like they understand. It's like when really stupid people.
Now you can find that on OnlyFans for $5.99.
Yeah, exactly. And it reminds me of when people that are, that are dumb, like dumb people. Like, we all know some dumbass like, I know some legitimately dumb motherfuckers. And I'm not a smart guy, but I know some dumb people, and they'll pretend to like convoluted movies because they're like, oh yeah, it was so deep and I understood it. And then you ask them why, and they'll give you the most basic bullshit you've ever heard that was so surface level, and you're like, yeah, but the movie sucked. And I'll give you an example of this. Obsession. The movie does not suck. It is fantastic. Obsession was a great movie. But bro, I saw tweet after tweet after tweet of people being like, wow, did anyone else catch the fact that Nikki was actually like not herself and was somebody else, and she was trying to get out, and Bear's actually a bad guy? And I was like, oh wow, you understood the point of the entire film? Holy shit. Did you know there was also like a wish thing that he broke, and it granted wishes, and he didn't think it was going to happen? You see that? Did you catch that? Did you catch the fact that Bear's a white guy? Did you like, well,
my favorite thing is when people use like like flowery language to say nothing, but try and sound so theological, right? Like, so people will post these quotes that are actually nonsensical and they'll be like, oh, that's so deep, you know? And I'm like, this is terrible. My art teacher used to have this sign on her wall. And I really appreciate it now that I'm older, but it used to say, being an artist does not mean being misunderstood, or being misunderstood does not make you an artist, you know? Right.
Well, I mean, you'll probably argue with me on this one. Same thing happened with Midsummer. I fucking hate that movie.
I don't know. There were parts, so I understand that like it was pretentious, and I understand that the pace was frustrating. It wasn't scary. It was frustrating and annoying. But obviously, like, I don't know, like, and I know everyone says this, so it's not like some big observation, but just the fact that it was so sunny and colorful and sweet, and you're like, you know, as a human, you like to think that in the daytime nothing can get you, nothing bad will happen, but like that's when all the bad stuff happened. I know everybody says that. I really like that aspect of it, and that to me made it scarier.
I get it.
You can't go hide under your blanket.
I get it. I understand. But the movie was hot fucking shit. And it being contrast, like the contrast of it being different than what you're normal to, does not make the movie not shit. The movie was so terrible. And when I told people, I was like, God, it was awful. Like the acting sucked. The story was literally retarded. And like, there was all these situations where these people could have done different things. And then also the motives for none of the characters made any sense. And then people would respond to me, but it was so colorful. And I'm like,
I disagree. I think the character motivations did make sense.
No.
Like, and I also enjoyed that. So essentially it's a cult movie, right? I did like that these people were like going, because typically when you see backpackers or like, you know, white people from America taking a trip, they're going somewhere and you're like, well, they're going to get raped and killed.
Yeah.
But they were going to like, you know, this like Sweden. And you're like, nothing bad ever happens in Sweden. And it was just, I don't know. It was funny. Like you couldn't even fault them and be like, what were you thinking going to a remote village in Sweden?
Yeah. Well, maybe not nowadays in Sweden, but like, that is just the thing with Ari Aster. And I know we're kind of like on a tangent, but I hate Ari Aster's films with the exception of Hereditary, because I think the studio reined him in a lot. But I think Hereditary was so popular that they're like, oh, fuck it, let him have full reign. And then every single shot is so pretentious. Every time there's a character screaming, it mutes it and plays like a slight ringing sound and a droning sound. And I'm like, oh, wow, we're doing this, huh? In every scene where it's like, oh, it's like you're in shock. You can feel it, right? Every single shot is pretentious. And the guys, like, okay, so the Swedish guys that were going to school in America, these guys are getting their master degrees. This guy goes to America, the Swedish guy that's part of the cult, goes to America, gets a master's degree that you have to like work towards and pay for, and then goes back to the village. His whole goal was to just bring Americans back so they could be sacrificed. Okay, that's cool, I guess. Maybe that's legitimate. Oh, but then he decides to kill himself at the end and sacrifice himself. What was the point of the master's degree? Just go to America and just invite people on a free Swedish trip. Why'd you have to get a master's degree? What the fuck was that about? And then he kills himself.
Okay, that part, I
So
guess,
stupid.
doesn't make a ton of sense.
It makes no sense. Oh, yeah, I went and got this degree for 8 years, but I guess I'll just sacrifice myself to fucking Moloch. I'm like...
Well, he did it because he believed that someone had to.
I guess, but like, what was you could have just went to America and went to a bar and just found 5 girls that were hot and be like, you want to go to Sweden for free? And they'd be like, yeah. Oh, there's your girls. You didn't have to stay there for 8 years for some reason to get a degree.
I think that, well, weren't they also looking for people that they would want to incorporate into their village too?
Well,
so
they
like
killed all of them.
A certain caliber of person.
Yeah. And then she kills the guy at the end because he was drugged and forcibly raped, but then she killed him at the end. Yeah.
Oh, really nice. Yeah. And that's part of it too. They wanted to bring in new genetics because that's the whole point. Like they need outsiders to come in and impregnate their women so they're not, you know, incest. So I guess that makes sense why they would want like a certain caliber of person.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, that was like one of the more frustrating parts was when the guy that felt so bad for her, he like strung her along, which probably shouldn't have strung her along, but he felt bad for her.
That's
And
realistic though.
And then like he gets drugged and then he gets raped. And then she sees him getting raped and thinks he's cheating. So she has him killed and then everyone cheers. I'm like, that guy just got raped and we're cheering that he's getting murdered as a result and punished.
I mean, it was
Everybody's
supposed to be
cheering.
a happy ending.
God, what
Like,
a shitty movie.
It's
What a
supposed to
shitty
make you
movie.
feel bad.
It's no, everyone was. I saw a post when the movie came out. Everybody was like, "Oh, so based. He was killed. He's such a piece of shit." I'm like, what the fuck? Fuck that movie. God, I hate that movie. And then fucking Beau is Afraid. I wanted to put a gun.
Oh
in my
no,
mouth.
Beau is
what an
Afraid is the
awful movie.
worst movie I've ever watched. It's hard to watch. Like I was just so ready for it to be over. Again with the pacing.
Yeah, I'm so glad Ari Aster like fell out of that like horror film. Thank God for Obsession and these other films. Now Ari Aster's not the guy anymore because Ari Aster's films were weird for the sake of being weird. Oh, there's a metaphor, but you'll never guess what it is because it's look, a giant penis. Enjoy. Fuck off. What a shitty filmmaker. I can't stand that. I can't stand any of them. Ugh.
Oh yeah, I will agree that Wicker Man was way better than Midsommar for sure.
Not the bees. Not the bees.
For sure.
All right. I every time I talk about that movie, I get mad because it's awful. Anyways, make sure you guys do me a big favor and like the show. Maverick Cuba again. Hot diggy damn, brother. He says they didn't want any Somalian genetic. Well, yeah, of course not. Yeah, they killed every single person too that came to their village. Every single one of them. Killed all of them. Apparently they didn't want any of them there. Who knew that they didn't want to stay there forever and be part of a cult? Thank you, Maverick Cuba. I appreciate you. Yeah, but anyways, shitty. And this is what this is. I think people just like to think they're a part of something that's ethereal and they think it's like serious and a movement. That's why everybody was so radicalized. Everybody was so radicalized to all these different movements in the last couple of years. And a lot of people are fatigued, which is beautiful to see. But there's people all like want to be part of something. And unfortunately, the only things you can be part of are usually insanity if they don't have to do with like actual passions, like actual art or music or anything like that, or video games or development. If you're not, they want to be part of something that takes almost no work. So they just join a subreddit and now they're part of it. Takes no work. Now they're a part of a stupid ass thing. And that's why everybody gets completely radicalized because they're all searching for fulfillment. Because unfortunately, this wasn't happening to this degree back in the day. The reason there was like revolutions, like the Revolutionary War and all these things, and women taking soldiers into their home and feeding them and shit, was because it was life or death. And there was an actual movement to like push history forward. And now we don't have that. All we have is like you have AC. There's a reason why none of these people will go protest when it's cold or really hot. Because their quality of life is what's important to them. Nothing else. Right? Social media ruin women. That ain't lying, brother. Daniel Robertson says backpackers in Europe just want the Hostile series. It's at least got gore and women. Shit, Daniel Roberts. I've never seen Hostile. Never seen it. Have you seen Hostile?
Yeah, Hostile.
Yeah, is that the one where the dude cuts off the chick's toes with some little like wire cutters or some shit?
There's several Hostile movies.
Well, shit.
It's like The Hills Have Eyes, but it's like in Europe.
Yeah. All right. PDH has to go to the office tomorrow. She's gonna go ahead and log off. Everybody, I appreciate you guys. We're gonna get her to do Fight Milk one day.
Who was the top dog?
Maverick Cuba.
I'm gonna read his fortune.
Oh, okay. You have fortunes?
Yeah, I was waiting for someone to donate a pink boy, and then I was gonna read their fortune, but I wasn't gonna sell it. So.
Wait, you didn't even say that. Did you say that?
No, I didn't. I wasn't doing it as a
Wow.
selling feature. I just thought it'd be fun.
Death of Naked Snake again. You could have saved it. Thank you, Maverick. He says you're gonna watch Spider Noir, honk honk, Nick Cage. I want to, but it's so hard for me to watch TV shows now because I'm never sitting around long enough.
I do have 2 fortune cookies. Okay, so this is
Thank you,
Maverick Cuba's fortune.
I hope it's not gay. You will be hit by.
Kill yourself.
You will be hit by a bus. Oh shit.
Oh, okay. All right.
What does it say?
This is hilarious. This is the craziest fortune I've ever opened. It says you will inherit an unexpected sum of money within the year.
You should have gave me that one. Jesus Christ.
I'm like, I wish I could prove it because it's like I've never seen a fortune say some shit like this.
Hand it to me.
See if you can show it on your camera.
I doubt it. Yours is freaking freezing every 2 seconds. You're not gonna be able to see it. I mean, I could zoom it. I could focus it, but it says you'll inherit an unexpected sum of money. That never happens to me. No one in my family has money. We all came from the trailer park.
If anybody wants to donate a pink boy, if not, I'm saving this fortune cookie for the top dog of next stream.
Patch Hollows, what's up, brother? Dude, you know what's weird? So I was just like on my feed one day, and I kept seeing you, and I was like, "Who the hell is this?" And then I clicked on it eventually, finally, and I heard you speak, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I had no idea that you rebranded this whole time. How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well, man. All right.
It's burnt.
It's burnt. Oh, stop chewing in the mic. You're freaking me out.
Is it not ASMR? Do you guys like this?
No. Oh, stop. All right. Okay. You're going to make everybody leave. Make sure you guys do me a favor and like the show. Spam the hell out that like button as hard as you can, brothers and sisters. All right. Let's move on.
I'll leave you with the fortune cookie.
All right. For the pink boy. The pink boy fortune. All right, boys. What's up, you crazy? How you doing, brother?
Yeah, Eric, I should just buy an entire box of fortune cookies, but I'd probably eat them all. And yeah.
I don't really care for them.
I love them. They're so good.
She's crazy. Yeah. Shit. I go to or win at the big at the casino. I live in Alabama, grad. Hi. Casinos are illegal here, unfortunately. Mock, I'm bricked. All right, boys. All right, you can leave.
Bye.
All right, there you go. Holding your mic. All right, boys. Let's continue. She said she'd come on for like an hour and hang out with the boys. But she has to go in to work at like 7 a.m. So she's like freaking out, which I would too. Shit, that would suck. You know, I sleep all day. That's what I do. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. I was going to talk about, this freaking guy. God, I hate these people. Look, I shouldn't say hate. I'm not passionate enough to hate, but God, brother. Yeah. I tell you what. So this guy named, what is his name? Joe Russo. And I don't like that last name either. I don't like that last name. Maverick Cuba says, I already inherited an unexpected sum of money. That's when my dad died. I hope it's a long lost relative. I don't know, at least. Bro, if my dad died, I would just inherit all his debt. Loan sharks to start beating my ass in alleyways. Shit. Thank you, Maverick Cuba. He said he already inherited a sum of money. So that was a late fortune. It was accurate. It was past tense. Thank you. I appreciate you, brother. Shout out to Maverick Cuba. Is so high up there. You're killing it today, brother. I appreciate all your support, Maverick. I don't deserve that, but I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Sleeping all day sounds so damn good. It is. It is very nice. I woke up today because my doorbell was being rung by the plumbers, and they changed out my pressure relief valve or whatever, my water pressure regulator valve or whatever, and they had to dig up my front yard, but I didn't care. I was like, please, God, do it. And I took a shower right afterwards. It's been a long time since I took a shower where it was like ripping my face off. The water pressure is so good. So nice. So this guy his name is Joe Russo, and I just have to assume he's trolling because I am so far away. You know how I always talk? I always talk, Dolan Tire. I always talk about perspectives, right? And how a lot of people don't have certain perspectives. You know? I do not have this perspective, and I actually can't fathom this perspective. He says, so a lot of people are shitting on Millie Adcock for being Supergirl, right? She's the trailers look kind of shitty. It's got that weird like 2012 edgy, like she's an edgy girl that don't care about nothing and she just drinks all the time. It's kind of like an old niche or an old cliche that I don't really think people give a fuck about anymore. People want to be uplifted and inspired by people that are held accountable. And on the surface, this already looks like it's, oh, bro, it's so edgy. Look in the background, it's graffiti that I painted. You know, it's like, oh, who gives a fuck? But maybe she'll have a character arc. That's probably where it's going to go. But at any rate, a lot of people are saying that she looks like a goblin, and she looks like a, what is she? They're saying she looks like a Neanderthal, which I totally see. Now, I'm going to be honest. I think she's adorable, but I'm in the minority here, but I understand what they're saying. So this guy says, on behalf of all men, I'd like to apologize to Millie Alcock for my gender being the absolute worst ever. Slay girl. Sounds like you're super in this movie, girl. Can't wait. Right? Can't wait. And I have never understood why there are men out there, and of course he's a glasses guy. They're always fucking glasses guys. They're always glasses guys. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen. I've never understood this. And if he's actually being serious, by the way, if he's actually being serious, it's because he thinks that's how he's used to getting an access to sex, right? The men out there that posture in this way, they always use this strategy to get access to sex. It's their strategy. It's what's worked for them. So they completely fall over themselves to simp as hard as possible to hope to get a crumb of vagina. That's what they do, right? And that's what he's doing here. And then somebody... where is it at? This guy says she's not going to fuck you, dude. Which I love, right? And he was like, all good. I can get my hot blonde wife to dress up as Supergirl. Okay, brother. I'll never understand people. And this goes right down to his personality type. Men that like show off their totally not even very attractive like wives on the internet. I'll never understand that. But he posted a picture of her, and she's like a fucking 6. She's like a 6, bro. And he gets ratioed into shit balls. I liked this, by the way. It says this doesn't do her any favors, brother. Look at it. Oh, sure. Oh, got him. Sure. I'll get my hot blonde wife. She agrees with me that I am a simp and I love women. And I apologize on behalf of my maleness and my masculinity and my evilness and my power. Yeah, that'll definitely get you laid, brother. Oh, I know a good way. I know a perfect tweet for that. Oh my gosh. He's like, I'll get my hot wife to dress up as Supergirl. I'm going to quote tweet it and be like, you mean your boyfriend's going to get your wife to dress up as Supergirl? Or her boyfriend is. Your wife's boyfriend is going to get her to dress up as Supergirl. Oof. Oh, rest in peace to my boy. Look how they massacred my boy. Oh my gosh. Of course, Millie Alcock says she's never seen the original Supergirl. Of course not. Earlier promotional interviews revealed that Alcock has never seen the original major female-led superhero films, including Wonder Woman, Captain Marvel, and Black Widow. Combined with their latest remarks, some fans have begun questioning how familiar the actress is with the superhero genre as a whole. I gotta be honest, this is probably a take that not a lot of people agree with, but I don't think actors are necessarily required to be super engrossed in the lore that they're portraying. Maybe research, but not super engrossed. I will say I loved how Sean Astin, he apparently read the Lord of the Rings like 8 times before filming, which is awesome. But, that's just I don't think it is necessarily required. I actually don't know. I don't even think Viggo Mortensen read it before filming. I think he read it after filming, but I don't remember. So I don't think it's necessarily super required or anything. But at any rate, where did you go, DJ? DJ with a green boy says getting your doorbell rung means something different around these parts. Shit. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. All right. We have eclipsed 200. Thank you, bros. Appreciate you. Almost halfway to Naked Snake. Thank you, brother. I love you. Shout out to Maverick Cube at the top dog today. I appreciate you, brother. A pink and a red boy away from almost Naked Snake, actually, and a rainbow knot. There we go. People are pissed at Sydney Sweeney, of course. Speaking about, hot blonde chicks. Sydney Sweeney is being eyed for the role of Emma Frost in the MCU. Who the hell is Emma Frost? Oh, shit. No, go back. I got to be honest. I've never been a big like Marvel guy. I actually didn't even watch most of the movies when they were out. I watched Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 3 and the first Thor, and then I watched Ragnarok way after it came out, and I actually liked it. And then, of course, I watched the Avenger films. I've never seen any of the Captain America movies or any of the other ones. But I remember watching Thor just because I like Chris Hemsworth. Okay, so who is this? Emma Frost. That's just her name. Emma Frost. Okay, that's just her name. It's a hot white blonde chick. So I mean that sounds about right. Somebody said up here beyond her disgusting politics. Has Sydney Sweeney even said her politics? Do any of you know? What missed? What happened, missed? Has Sydney Sweeney ever elaborated on her politics ever? I don't think she has. I think she just refuses to elaborate on her politics. I thought she just said she didn't want to answer questions about politics. Maybe I'm wrong. This is terrible casting because she looks too dumb and trashy to play someone as smart and sophisticated as Emma Frost. She looks too dumb, you said. Well, that's why it's called acting. You know, so the reason you're saying that she looks dumb is because you don't like her. That's why. You're saying she's dumb because you don't like her politics. You don't actually think she looks dumb. You think she's just dumb because of her politics. That's called a POV, brother. We're back on the perspective train again. That's called the POV, boys. Shit. Oh, yeah. Sweeney's right wing for sure. I would say I would prefer that. You know? Well, it depends on what you consider right wing now, right? It's hard to say, but I would prefer that. And the only reason I would say I would prefer that is because left wing women tend to be like almost entirely activists now, and I would just prefer them to not be an activist in any way, shape, or form. It's like I'm trying to survive my life, my normal life. I'm not worried about that shit right now. Emma Frost is a psychic mutant from the X-Men who can also harden her skin into a diamond. She's powerful. Oh, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. You know who else hardens my skin to diamonds? Sydney Sweeney. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not one of those people that are going to lie to you and say she's not hot. I don't need to be different, brother. I don't hold value in just being different. She's hot, brother. Sorry. I'm saying it in front of God and everybody. Number one guy says, aside from her amazing political views, this is an amazing cast because she's a blonde and has huge bombs. Oh, shit. And she's an actress. It's really not hard to play a smart person on TV. Just look at Mark Ruffalo. That guy's a fucking Oh. And how does this person respond? You're 45 and has Buzz Lightyear PFP. Oh, wow. Damn. That's a great comeback. That's a great point. Mark Ruffalo is basically regarded, and he does play like a scientist in that movie. He plays like the smartest guy ever in Now You See Me, right? And it's not, he does a good job. I just don't like him. Maverick Cuba says, pressure release valve, another name for prostate. Yes, or sphincter, actually, right? Same thing, maybe? Same thing. Shout out to Maverick Cuba. Appreciate you, brother. Love you. Pink and a red boy from a rainbow night. Oh, my gosh. The resurrection of the snake is tonight. If we hit it, the snake streak continues. Shout out to Master Lions. Shout out to Renee Galarza on Kick. I love you. Tommy says she's a conservative. Yeah, Tommy Bottles. I agree, though. Oh, LMAO. Shut the fuck up. It's obviously about politics. If you even happen to mention it, then say she looked dumb. Get the fuck out. Yep. That's what I said. The only reason she thinks she's dumb is because of politics. Right? It's just a perspective thing. That's all it is. She's allowing her like radicalized views to change people's appearance. Although I do remember in 2017, a girl came over to my house. And she was like this skinny, like emo girl. And she was not super young, or she wasn't super young or super old. She was like 24, I think. And it was like after a Trump had been elected, and I had a Trump hat on my wall because one of my friends gave me a Trump hat as like a joke when Trump won. And it was on my wall hanging up with all my other hats. And she grabbed my hat and like showed it to me. And she was like, fuck Trump. And I was like, hell yeah, brother, I don't care. And literally 20 minutes later, she was up on top of my ass. So I'm just saying, I think she likes that kind of thing. Justin Ong says at Maverick Cuba, that's only if the Cambodian girl is an engineer. What the hell are you talking about, Justin? What did he say? What's up, Astrobot? How you doing, brother? We're crawling. Crawling, Chati. The Till Boys. Yeah, it's the Till Boys are bringing it together. A lot of Till Boys. The Till Boys can't be beat. Hey, Mal. Hey, boy. Hey, Sean. What are you doing? What are you doing? He's just wandering around the room. Him's hungry. You hungry, buddy? He's hungry as fuck. He's always hungry, though. Thank you, Justin Ong. I love you, buddy. I like him low with a gold boy. Second one of the night. I think I might be a liar, actually. I'm such a liar. I'm sorry. It's the third one of the night. Calignus Wolf. Pressure release valve. Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry, Justin Ong. I'm stupid. Thank you, I like him low. He says the snake shall rise from the ashes like a mighty phoenix. Like the phoenix will fucking rise again. Ow. Thank you, man. Because the fiery heart of a champion will not be quenched by a failure or an embarrassment. No way, no. And the critics all agree that the snake was a pile of tea, but that does not mean the snake isn't strong. Just like the phoenix will fucking rise again. Yeah. All right, I'm sorry, guys. I know everybody probably left the stream. Thank you. I like him low. Maverick Cuba says Sweeney is from North Idaho. She's definitely a Nazi. No. I mean, yes. All right, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Calm down. All right. Anyways. Okay. Fucking. The fats. Oh my gosh, this guy right here, Boost. He says, on behalf of all men, I'd like to apologize for Joe Russo. Boost. All right, then. Okay. Oh, I should probably not be sharing this. I'm just like scrolling my feed. What am I doing? I mean, I've never had porn appear yet, but I'm not going to let it happen. It's never happened to me yet. Luckily, that feed doesn't got me. I see him, though. Sometimes I'll see a post where it's like a girl saying something like overtly sexual, you know? And I'm like, nope, not clicking it. Because the feed's going to be like, oh, you want to see this kind of stuff? I did it on accident one day. There was like a tweet. I call it Black Twitter because there's definitely a thing. There's definitely like a Black Twitter and then like others, right? And there was this like just over the top tweet about like this lady was like, man, I really wish giant fucking dick was inside. It was something crazy, right? And I clicked on it to look the comments because I'm like, whoa, that's wild to say on Twitter. And I went to the comments, and of course, all the comments were just dudes posting pictures of their dicks. I got one for you here, girl. And I'm like, oh! And literally, probably for like a week afterwards, I would see those posts where it was like, oh, God, I love getting fucked. I'm like, oh, damn, they're trying to get me. No. It was pretty funny. Oh, God. Can you play any Fleetwood Mac? What the hell you talking? Oh, you talking about a guitar? I mean, probably. I can play I can play anything. I can pull up the sheet music and go. The only thing I have to like really work on is like Dream Theater stuff. Bookmarked it. No. I really have to like work at those. Otherwise, they're most things are relatively easy. But yeah, it's there's some stuff that's a little too much. Like Ollie Herbert from All That Remains, his like runs are so hard to play for some reason, bro. Anyways, let's move on. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to I Like 'em Low. I like 'em low. All right, so let's get the first review since we're talking about this anyway. What's up, West Trippy? Hell yeah, brother. I've actually never seen that, but I kind of want to watch it because I think I'm pretty sure I've heard it's like actually really solid of a film. No pun intended. Ram Ranch. No! I cannot fit 18 naked cowboys in this room, brother. Sorry. So Chris Gore, who I've had on my show before, talked about his screening of Supergirl, which is the movie we were just talking about with Millie Alcock. He says, I leaned over to my friend during our screening of Supergirl and whispered, this is terrible. Gore posted on X before filming an out-of-theater reaction that got even more blunt. In the video reaction posted to YouTube, Gore called the film a major disappointment. He said it was profoundly awful. I didn't think a movie could be this bad. The criticism centered on a few specifics. Both felt Millie Alcock was miscast in the lead. They knocked the cinematography as dark, muddy, arguing the film needed more light. I feel like that's most films nowadays. And lining up with first reactions, they took aim at the villains as boring and cliche, with a larger complaint that the movie is missing heroic ideals altogether. There's no heroism in the movie, which I think that makes sense. That goes in line with the trailer. Gore flagged a story beat he found hard to believe without spoilers, that the film doubles down on the idea that Superman was sent to Earth to conquer it. Yeah, that was something in the new Superman that I didn't expect. I watched the new Superman and I didn't hate it. I thought it was all right. But yeah, it's revealed in the new Superman movie. It's been out for years now, guys. That his parents sent him to Earth to like kill everybody. And I'm like, I don't think that's what this was supposed to be. Pretty sure he sent them there just to survive because their planet was failing. I watched Man of Steel recently. I've never seen it either. I don't watch superhero movies very often, but I watched Man of Steel recently, and when I saw that Russell Crowe was his father, I was like, Beast! Yes, I'll take Russell Crowe all day in anything. Love that man. NG summed up the experience as exhausting and boring, even saying he canceled the Supergirl tickets this week to see it a second time. Well, why would you have that? Why would you have that? All right, let's see what people are saying. No one cares about people that are right wing. Okay. Oh, God. All right. Okay. All right. I like how they basically turned Superman baby story into literally Goku sent to Earth to conquer it. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. I do like me some Dragon Ball. I relish in its failure. Hollywood deserves to be done. I disagree, but I also agree in a way to this. I think the days of $300 million budgets for movies needs to go away. Because that's bullshit. There is no way in hell that these movies are costing upwards of $500 million. That's insanity. And I think movies like Obsession are going to bring that back. Low budget, high reward, right? I can understand if you want to pay Robert Downey Jr. like $5-10 million. I get it. But having actors, a good example of this is what's that movie that just came out? Masters of the Universe. He-Man. So He-Man just came out, and people were saying it was actually kind of fun. But the issue is it had a $250 million budget or some shit. So it's gonna fail. And the reason is because they have to pay Jared Leto $20 million. We don't need Jared Leto in that film. Oh, he did a good job. Yeah, but the movie's not going to make money because you spent that amount of money or a little bit less on 10 or 15 different actors. Now the budget is freaking $200 million. And then these actors like Jared Leto is going to demand nothing but black M&Ms or purple M&Ms in his trailer every day filled to the brim. And a completely private catered $2,000 meal every 4 hours in his trailer. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're going to have all these things in their contract. Fuck that. It's insanity, bro. I remember growing up, the biggest movies on the planet had like a $50 to $80 million budget. And even that was high. Shit, Lord of the Rings budget? What was Lord of the Rings budget? I think the entire trilogy was like $180 million. All three movies. Let me Google this. Why does Jared Leto keep getting roles after Joker? Why does Jared Leto get any roles at all? He's actually not that great of an actor. I don't understand the allure. Before I ever knew who Jared Leto was, I remember hearing about Jared Leto, and my impression was he was a really high tier actor, and that's why he was sought after. This is before I ever seen him in anything. And then I watched like 2 movies that he happened to be in, and I was like, He's a normal. He's very normal. Why is he like a high end? He's not like a DiCaprio or something. You know what I'm saying? He's not a De Niro in his prime. He's not a Pacino at all. He's just a normal ass dude. Why is this guy like getting paid a gajillion dollars? And it's probably because Nepo Baby stuff. 30 Seconds to Mars. I do like that one song. Take me down, marry me. I like that song. I even listened to an interview of how he wrote it, and he was so pretentious the whole time, and it made me want to die. I was like, damn, I don't like this guy. He sucks. Remember that time he went on like a mission trip and had people follow him around and pretend he was Jesus? That actually happened. He just had a cult. What the fuck? Ah, okay. Anyways, yeah. Let me look up Lord of the Rings, production budget. It says Lord of the Rings production budget. Oh my god! Can you just give me the number? Holy ass. The production budget was $260 million for all three films combined, which is less than Supergirl, by the way. So all three Lord of the Rings movies, which was filmed on location in New Zealand, was $260 million. And by the way, it made $3 billion at the box office. That is less than Supergirl. Right? That is less than Supergirl. And Lord of the Rings had arguably way better actors with Christopher Lee, Sean Astin. Holy ass. Sean Astin should have won an Oscar. Right? You know, Orlando Bloom was there. Not a great actor, but he's pretty. And they filmed on location and it had to have housing and food for 18 months. Or was it 12 months? I think they filmed it over 18 months. And it might have been 12 months. It's crazy. It's crazy. Does that count for inflation? I mean, it wouldn't be that much higher, right? It wouldn't be like triple, because that's what it would need to be more than Supergirl, right? It would need to be 600 million to budget to be more than Supergirl. Or no, 900 million. The budget would need to be 900 million to be more than Supergirl if it was even doubled or tripled. Or yeah. No, just to match it, actually. If we're, comparing movie against movie, right? So, what's up, Daniel? Danielle, how you doing? How you doing? All right. All right, inflation is bad. That's for damn sure, brother. Well, it would be double due to inflation. Hadn't thought about that. Well, even if it was double. Even if it was double for all three films, that's still only 200 million per film, which is still 100 million less than Supergirl, right? Sensor Beam says Star Wars over Lord of the Rings. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? There are like two good Star Wars movies. There's three. There's three. New Hope, Empire, and Rogue One. I think that's the only ones that are really solid. Revenge of the Sith's pretty good. But that's it. Out of like the 15 that exist now, or 18 that exist, there's 3 Lord of the Rings films, and they're all better. They're all amazing, right? So there's 3 Lord of the Rings films, and they're all perfect. They're all perfect. There's like 18 Star Wars movies, and there's like 3 or 4 decent ones, with Empire being the best, right? Followed by New Hope, followed by Rogue One, then probably Return of the Jedi, then Revenge of the Sith. And then the rest can just die. So the rest can just go away. So that's all I'm saying. Sensor Beam. Okay, Sensor Beam. Anyways, Star Wars had a chance, but they dropped it. Not really. What are you trying to say, Sensor Beam? Are you telling me that The Last Jedi is good? Are you telling me that Phantom Menace is good? I will say Duel of Fates is the best part of the whole of all Star Wars. If you isolate Duel of Fates by itself, It's better than all Star Wars. But then the rest of the movie exists, unfortunately. Like the pod racing, which is like an hour long, you know? But at any rate, yeah, like I don't even like to watch them. I don't like to watch any of them. To be honest, if I'm feeling nostalgic-y for that era, I just watch Raiders of the Lost Ark. Is property tax bad in Las Vegas or all Madison County? All of Madison County. Dark Anubis. Yeah, so like it's property tax. My property tax 8 years ago was $600. My property tax now is $9,000. Now, granted, I petitioned a lot of it and got a lot of it fixed, so it's not the end of the world anymore. I was gonna probably sell my house because I was like, "Fuck this! I'll move to Tennessee." That's what I was thinking, rural Tennessee. But I got it. I got a lot of it squared away, so it's not killing me anymore. Well, it's still killing me, but when it adjusts in like 4 months, it'll be better. Well, I need to watch that version, Raken. You know? True Blue Majin Dude says there's a video that asks Duel of Fates, and it's so poorly choreographed. You know what? Hey, somebody ban True Blue in the chat. How dare you, brother? I will jump off a cliff right now. Face first. Tiffanol on Rumble says, Cody, for the resurrection of Snake with a $5 Rumble rant, and also another one for the resurrection of Snake. I don't know if you meant to send two, but I appreciate you. Thank you. Let's put it on there. We're doing it live. Thank you so much. We're almost officially halfway to Snake. We're almost officially halfway, boys, for the resurrection of the Snook. The resurrection of the Snook. Oh my gosh, sorry, boys. Saw Star Wars in drive-in theater when it was released. Blew my mind. I bet it would if you saw it when it was released. Yeah, I bet it would blow your asshole out the water. I mean, they still stand up, brother. New Hope and Empire still really stand up. And Return of the Jedi is not bad, right? It's a solid ass movie. But again, if I'm feeling nostalgic for that era, I just watch Raiders of the Lost Ark because it's better than all those anyway. I know this is probably like a very bad opinion, but I think Raiders of the Lost Ark is better than all the Star Wars movies. I don't really care for Temple of Doom. And I really, really like the Holy Grail. I don't think that's the name of it, but I never can remember the one with Sean Connery, but it's about the Holy Grail. I always call it the Holy Grail. And then I'm like, I don't think that's the name, actually. What is it called? Last Crusade. Is it called Last Crusade? Yeah. Ah! The Last Crusade. Yeah, Dark Anubis. I agree with that shit. Crystal Skull's BS. It was. But I will say, here's another bad opinion for everybody. The Crystal Skull Indiana Jones movie still kind of felt like an Indiana Jones movie to me. Does that make sense? I did not watch the new one, gave two shits. But the Crystal Skull, I thought it still kind of felt like one. You know? It wasn't great, but it felt like one. Like they were in tombs and doing stuff. You know? Star Wars, the totally Phantom Menace. You know what I like? I like the Tommy Wiseau Star Wars. God, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. Last Crusade is my favorite. It's a great film. Yeah, Crystal Skull still felt like, yeah, exactly. It still kind of felt like it. I didn't see the new one because I would rather die. I, unlike a lot of people, do not like to watch films that I know are going to be terrible. Right? I never watched Rise of Skywalker. I've never watched Mandalorian. I've never watched any Star Wars property after The Last Jedi. After I watched Last Jedi, I was like, that's it for me. That movie was hot, boiling shit. I will never watch another Star Wars movie again. You know what I'm saying? Because like The Force Awakens, I was like, it was not that great. It was basically just A New Hope, but it's going to lead up to cool stuff with Snoke, right? Finn's a Jedi, right? Snoke is going to be somebody cool. And then all of that just didn't happen. And I was like, yeah, I'm done. Sensor Beam says you gave up. Yeah. What is there to watch? There's nothing left. There's nothing left. What else is there? What else is there? They killed Snoke in 2 seconds. Right? Everybody thought Snoke was like Plagueis or something. I don't remember what the theories were. And then they just kill him instantly. He was actually never anybody, by the way. Finn became black comic relief, and I really don't like when Hollywood does that to black actors. It's so gross. Right? When black actors are in a movie and they're actually stoic and badass, I love that. I cannot stand when they just try to make him black, funny. Oh, shit. I hate that. I fucking hate that shit. And that's what they did to Finn in the second movie. He was just like, oh, shit. And I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? You had so much to do. You could have made him a freaking stormtrooper turned Jedi. That'd have been badass. Nah, bro. He just wants to have sex with Rey. And then he never does. And then he tries to kill himself to get rid of the Empire or the whatever they are called now. And then he gets saved at the last second. Oopsie. Oh, but no, Luke, he just dies because he shit his pants too hard with the Force. God, what a god-awful movie. Yeah, Mace Windu. I wish Mace Windu would have ended up being the king. Right. That's exactly what was in my head when I was talking about that. 6 likes to 200, boys. Yep. Snoke was a failed clone of Darth Sidious. Well, Snoke was... Here's my issue, Laz. It doesn't matter what these people are because they actually weren't anybody at the time. When Snoke was written by J.J. Abrams or whatever, Snoke had a direction. And then when Ryan Johnson came in, he deleted all that. And then they tried to retroactively fix all of Ryan Johnson's fucking stupid shit. And it just didn't work. And also, why did Leia Superman fly back to the ship? I just want to die. I don't even want to think about this movie, man. It starts to get me like frustrated. It's not real. It's lame. They were writing the scripts as they filmed the movies. They had no plan at all. They were literally making decisions the day of shoot for what they were writing. It's unbelievable. Why couldn't they just write the thing and then go over, do iterations of it over and over and then come to a consensus? I don't know, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Rogue One's best news. Rogue One's awesome. Rogue One's awesome. Loved it. I'm motherfucking sick of these rebel motherfucking soldiers in my motherfucking rebel base. I was talking about snakes on a plane yesterday. Isn't that weird? It's 3/4 thieves levels of routing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They ruined the whole franchise lore of the Force powers by having Leia fly through space. Yeah. And then somehow that one totally based right about everything general somehow light speeded into all the fucking destroyers, whatever they're called now. Bro, I'm so detached from Star Wars, it's hard to even think about it. I like watching bad movies like The Room. The Room is fantastic. That's completely different. There's bad movies that are really fun. And there's bad movies that they actually like are, it's a negative experience and you feel like you're wasting your time. Bro, I have watched The Room like 600 times. It's entertaining as fuck. We had a drinking night one time where we took a shot every time Tommy Wiseau said hi. Oh, hi. But we passed the shot glass around and we all ended up taking 9 shots. We would have taken like 60. So we passed it around. So every time they'd say hi, we took another shot. God, I love that freaking movie. And it goes to show, B-Boo Joe, that is a movie being good have anything to do with its entertainment, and is its value in entertainment or in the process that's supposed to move you on screen? You know what I'm saying? It's actually very interesting. It's like a very interesting thought process. I love The Room. I think it's great. You know, is it from a technical and acting and written standpoint terrible? Yeah. But it's so entertaining. Fucking love it. I just love how randomly the second sex scene pops up and it just starts playing music again and playing the exact same like shots from the first sex scene. God, I love that. Where he's having sex with her belly button. God, I love that movie. Whew, it's great. I avoid bad movies, laugh short. Exactly. That's why I don't watch anything. I don't watch anything. If that's why I gave up on Star Wars. Now, if they fired everybody and they got really, really, really talented people on board to write that were really passionate about Star Wars lore, that liked Kyle Katarn, please, for the love of shit, why can't we have the Chuck Norris of Star Wars be in a film for once? I love Kyle Katarn. He's my favorite, brother. But why can't if that happens where you get some really talented people involved with writing, casting that are really passionate about Star Wars, and then reviews come out and people are like, wow, they turned it around, it's amazing, I might go see it. But until that day, I'm not going to waste my time. People keep telling me to watch Andor, and I'm like, no, you're tearing me apart, Lisa. I love you anyway. You know I love you, right? Bullet Train was awesome. Loved Bullet Train. I love you, Lisa. And you were so sexy. The test came back. It looks like I have breast cancer. Okay. Why? What? Where's my money, Bertie? Where's my fucking money, man? What's up, last relic? How you doing, brother? Hello, doggy. Oh, fuck. That's a great... Now I want to watch it. I want to watch it. It's a freaking movie, man. Oh, hi, Mark. Bro, I would, every Tinder date I had that would come over, I would make them watch The Room every time. Announcement, everyone. We are expecting. What? Ah. Oh my God, brother. Why? Why is this happening to me? God forgive me. Cheap, cheap, cheap. God, well, stop. Stop. You're chicken. Cheap, cheap, cheap. Oh my God, brother. When he humps. Yes. Yes. He's like, ah. Ah. Just rubbing it all over him. Ah. Fuck, that's such a great movie, bro. I have to watch that, dude. I have to watch that like soon. That's what we'll do, Sean, when you come down. We're gonna drink and watch. We're gonna watch The Room, bro. Gotta love that movie, bro. You're my number one customer. All right. All right. Tiffany with a $2 Rumble rant says, I didn't double sin, but good. I think the best space movie is Serenity. Would Harry Potter be included in your Lord of the Rings Super Bowl movie costs since the cost of Harry Potter was low? I don't know. So Serenity, I love Serenity, but mainly because I love Firefly. I don't know if Serenity actually stands on its own. I haven't watched it in a while. I love Firefly. But when it comes to Harry Potter, the Harry Potter films are kind of bad, but they also work. So the first two are really whimsical because Chris Columbus, the guy that did Home Alone, did them. And they just feel so nice. But the acting is awful. Every time I watch them again, I'm like, damn, this is bad. The acting is terrible. But I think Deathly Hallows Part 2 is fantastic. And I think Half-Blood Prince is the best one. But I don't know if as a bundle they're better. I would need to look at the production budget though. Lazul, keep it up, brother. Oh, it's up, brother. Oh, it's up right now. What's up? How you doing, brother? Thank you, man. I appreciate you. All right. Thank you. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Maverick Cuba extending him's lead. Brother, you're at 61 by yourself. You crazy boy. Thank you. I love you, Lazul. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just talking about bullshit right now. I got into one of them chat moods where I'm talking to the chat. I can't help it. I know that doesn't lead to viewership, but I just have a fun time doing it. Maverick Cuba says, Quartering blocked me on Twitter for talking about his RC track getting bulled. Should have made a mini golf course. Who the fuck wants an 8,000 square foot house? Shit, that's what I can't even imagine having an 8,000 square foot house. I can't even imagine. Mine's too big for me, and mine ain't even half of that. Thank you, Maverick Cube. I appreciate you. Quartering blocked me a long time ago, too. It was when I said he was wearing makeup on stream, and he freaked out and blocked me. I was like, bro, I wear concealer sometimes. I don't care. Like, if I have a really, really bad blemish, like I have a really bad bump show up, I'll put concealer on it and dab it on so it's not bright red bouncing off the light and distracting. You know, I don't care. But he's like, the unfortunate thing about Jeremy, hey, Mal, what are you doing? The unfortunate thing about Jeremy is he's probably one of the most insecure people I've ever seen. He is so afraid to not look manly, which is insane because he's bald, has extremely effeminate body language, and is morbidly obese. You're not going to look manly, brother. But also, you can still be confident in your own self, and he's just not. He's so worried about not being seen as a man. That's probably why he has a giant beard hiding his double chin, because he's terrified of not being manly. Low T Jeremy, well, he definitely doesn't have any testosterone. And I'm not saying he's a piece of shit. I'm saying he doesn't have any testosterone. Unless he's on T supplements, which I doubt he is. He's probably one of those people that are scared of needles. He kind of seems like he'd be like, oh, I don't like needles. Yeah, he just kind of seems. I don't know for sure, but Jeremy's like almost 50 years old. Or well, he's 42. I keep forgetting that he's not fucking 55. He looks that age, but he's like 42, which means his natural output of testosterone is really low, and also he's extremely morbidly obese, which means his output of testosterone is probably literally rock bottom right now. So he has probably not had an erection in a long time. And that's not to say like, oh, he doesn't have he's fuck. No, it's just that's how testosterone works. He's scared of integrity, Last Relic. Integrity. Okay. You know what you need? Integrity. You need some integrity in your life. All right, boys. Integrity. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're just talking about budgets. God, man, it's crazy. It's the craziest thing about how 10 years ago a movie eclipsing $100 million budget was basically not a thing. But now it's just the norm. Like every AAA studio, it's like $300 million budget every movie, and I'm like, nothing's gonna break that. Those times of making $1 billion per movie are gone. Dark Anubis says, I'm taking Chris, you got sucked into all this. Yeah, it was luckily I think she's out of the fray though. So it all worked out, man. I mean, it sucks. Yeah, it's just how it is, man. It's how it be sometimes. There's people making hate videos about my ass. I don't mind though. I don't care. But it's just the nature of the beast, brother. And then, of course, there's people picking sides and people like assuming motivations and shit. And I don't think that ever works. Hamley been broken from the casino. Yeah, they got his ass. Got his ass good. Yeah, he's selling everything. I told you guys. He was about 3 months away from losing everything. And that's because his bills every month are like $20,000 to $25,000. Now he's probably gotten that down to like 18 or 17, but he's not making that much a month. So it's just he's in a maelstrom. He can't get out, and I get it. Like yeah. Well, DJ Howe. I mean, a lot of things. Well, that's what he should do, Lazul. The only unfortunate truth though about Jeremy is he refinanced his house and pulled the value out of it. Meaning when he sells his house, he's not gonna make any money, which sucks. Like for example, I always have a get out of jail free card. Like if shit goes south, I can sell my house. And I have like a lot of positive equity in it because when I sold my last house, I bought it for nothing in 2011. And I sold it in 2022 for like triple what I paid for it, maybe more. And I took all of it and put it into the down payment of this house. I took all of it and put it into the down payment of this house. So if I sold it, if I could sell my house, I would get all of it back. Actually, I would get more because, The market's increased. But Maverick Cuba says, have you ever seen Shriek? If you know What I Did Last Friday the 13th, it's like a scary movie. Both were filmed at the same time. Scary movie released first. I have not, actually. Actually, that sounds familiar, actually. That's not the one where the people hit the guy. No, that's Scary Movie 1. Never mind. Never mind. Thank you, Maverick Cuba. Again, and we are officially past halfway. We're closing up on the end of the show, though, unfortunately. Hey, it was a valiant effort. Freaking shout out to Maverick Cuba, brother. That's crazy, dude. You are wild. Damn, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, Maverick Cuba. Tricky says, I'm confused. I'm not a homeowner, but how does refinancing your home devalue it? Okay, so there's different ways you can go about it, and I'm going to go ahead and say I'm not an expert in this field, but I get letters all the time, and basically what they'll do in the letters I've read. Now, if Art's still here, he can explain all this to you. But you can refinance your home for, like, let's say your loan amount would be $540,000. You refinance your house $540,000, and they'll give you like $100,000 cash. Now, it just so happens that $100,000 cash is equal exactly to your positive equity. So the refinanced loan is your full house, but they give you $100,000 cash, but that's a loan. And it's a loan against, like, it's a collateral for your house. So you're trading your positive equity for cash, and then you're paying it. You're paying that back. You're paying the loan back. So you lose your positive equity, but you get the $100,000 cash, but you still have to pay. It's rolled into your loan again, and then you just get all the money. Right? You're still going to have to pay the full loan now. So your positive equity is gone. Yeah, exactly. It's called a cash out refinance. You're basically adding the equity into the loan and going into debt on your equity. Exactly. 100%. Which what you should do is if you have like $100,000, $200,000 or $300,000 equity in your house, don't do that. Sell your house. Sell your house and downsize. Don't do that. Now, that is what the quartering did. The quartering refinanced his home, took the cash out to like finance what he said he'd used it to finance Coffee Brand Coffee. Right? So now his mortgage, he had to pay, he's paying for his original price of his home, which is like 8,000 square feet. So it's probably outrageous, plus his positive equity. So now his mortgage is like $10,000, and he refinanced it at a time when the interest rates were like the highest possible. So his interest rate's like 6 or 7%. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but like 1% is like $800 a month. Right. So my first house was like a 2.8 or 2.3% interest rate, and my mortgage was like $600. When I bought my new house, it's like 4 point something, and it was like 2,800 or something. But then property taxes happened, and you're like, whoa, hold on. No, please stop. It hurts. The only reason to do it would be to save somebody's life. Yep. Yeah, we've talked about this. Lazul said, I sold my house after a divorce in 2020 and doubled my money in 6 years in Durham, NC. That's how you do it, brother. Yeah, Stellar Eclipse. Well, what it is, Stellar, is it's people that think that that's money. And that is actually how it is sold to you. So when you get letters in the mail or your mortgage company calls you, if you have like a really mainstream mortgage company, like Rocket or something, Rocket Loans or something, they'll call you like every day asking to refinance your house. And they sell it to you as if you're getting free cash. Right? They'll say, hey, you're refinancing your house. Your house is worth $550,000. We're going to do your loan for $450,000. So you think that you're only paying $450,000, but they give you that $100,000 cash. That is added onto the loan as well. So you just gave the bank $100,000, except you get all of it day one. So you have $100,000, you feel rich, but you got to get that back. It's crazy. It is crazy. So they sell you debt essentially. Yep. But they're preying on people that are extremely down on their luck or dumb. and think they're getting free money. Hey, Charitard says refinancing makes sense as C capital. How you doing, brother? How you doing, brother? I mean, there's other things like just refinancing. You know, like say you just want a lower interest rate, you could refinance your house, but not a cash out refinance. Thank you, Charitard. I appreciate you, brother. We're going to be live for another 30 minutes. We're exactly halfway to Naked Snake. Maverick Cuba is top dog. I love you, buddy. Appreciate you. It is the end all be all last chance snake. I appreciate you guys so much. I love you. I appreciate you. Tiffany says it cost Harry Potter 1.2 billion for 8 movies, profit of 5.6 billion, revenues 9.2 billion. Cost of each movie is 150 million. Cost half of Supergirl. But those movies came out a long time ago. That's probably an average, right? So let's say Sorcerer's Stone budget. I bet it was really low. The official production budget of Sorcerer's Stone was 125 million. Wow. That is so much more than I thought. Hey, well, it worked out, right? It made $1 billion at the box office. So it worked out. Where the hell is StreamYard? There it is. Debt is not money. They don't teach real finances in government. Yep, 100%. What's up, Hydra Head? How you doing, brother? That's the truth, brother. You ain't lying. You are not lying. Debt is not money, but a lot of people do. A lot of people do. It's sad. My friend's grandpa refinanced his multi-million-dollar house to try to save his grandma who was dying of cancer. He basically lost the house. His wife still passed away. Oh, that sucks, man. Yep. It's like the worst thing. DJ says Epstein was talking about how to use debt to make money on an interview. You wouldn't trust him for most things, but I would trust his tax loophole knowledge for sure. Well, I mean, that's like the billionaire card, right? They all do that. So what they do is they just take loans out, and their money that they use to like live life is just loans. It's just debt, right? And then they keep all of their money in like assets, stock, investment, stuff like that, which aren't taxed. But liberals in government right now, they want to get rid of that loophole and tax unrealized gains. Now, that means if a billionaire on paper is worth $1.2 billion and it goes up to $1.5 billion, they're going to get taxed on $300 billion. 300 million. I'm stupid. They're going to get taxed on $300 million that they actually don't have. So 100 million if it's 30%, right? So they have to pay $100 million of money that they don't actually have. It's just net worth, right? Which is not going to work. Now, what's going to happen? Billionaires and millionaires are going to leave the country, right? And we're going to get taxed on unrealized gains. So people in the middle class that own houses, let's say there's a housing boom and your house goes up like 250 grand in value, which happened when I first bought my house. It didn't go up that much, but it went up like 150 grand when I first bought my house. Like a month later, it was crazy. If they taxed unrealized gains, I would have owed the government like 70 grand, like 4 years ago, just because my house went up in value. I don't have 70 grand, by the way, but they would have demanded me give them 70 grand. And the liberal government, they want to do this. They've been talking about this for a long time. Now they claim it's going to be only millionaires, but you know how that works, right? Keep in mind, income tax, when it came in, only was for the top earners of the country. Now, if you work at McDonald's and you put a fry up your ass, they tax you on it. So it's going to hit you eventually. Do you think MS Studio closures are a good thing? MS Studio closures. What the hell does that mean? Are you saying, wait, I don't know what that means. You said my Microsoft? Microsoft? Maybe. Microsoft hasn't really done anything worth note, in my opinion. So I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. I mean, they're just not doing anything. If you told me From Software was closing, I would probably cry. Because every game they put out's a banger. When's the last time Microsoft put out anything that like was worth a shit? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I could not tell you, my good friend. No. Let's be honest, we don't own shit. You'll pay property taxes until you're dead. Yep, 100%. 100%. You are right. That's just how it is, man. Make sure you guys like the show, boys. Yeah, income tax was temporary until 1918. And then it wasn't anymore. Or 1913. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it was Woodrow Wilson. That bastard. Microsoft. No. I literally don't know, and I play Xbox. I do not. The last good Xbox game, brother. Holy ass, dude! It's been so long. Lost Odyssey was good. Halo Reach? Has it been that long? Reach, I think it was the last good Xbox game. I gotta be wrong. Somebody give me an example. It's not that. That's like fucking 2011. There's got to be a different example, right? It can't be 2011. I'm not an Xbox guy either. I switched over to PlayStation 4 when Xbox One looked awful. I'm not a fanboy. The Xbox One looked terrible, so I was like, yeah, I'm going to get PS4. Modern Warfare 3 on 360 was great. Modern Warfare 3 came out on everything. I'm talking about like Xbox exclusive, which I know they don't have Xbox exclusives anymore, but back then they did. All right, we got 20 minutes left and 2:45 to resurrect the snake. Will it officially die? Looks like it might. Shocking. Halo 4 was awful, bro. Halo 4 sucked. I will say Halo 4 is the best new Halo game. Out of the 4, 5, and Infinite, 4 is the best, but that's like a really low bar. Didn't feel like Halo at all to me. I did play a lot of 4, though. It's not sent to you. Haggis. All right, I'll check it out, brother. Doobie-doobie-doo. Doobie-doobie-doo. Is Pluto a planet? Fractal Mage. Yeah, see, it's crazy. No one can give any really good examples. That is weird. That's kind of sad, actually, that Microsoft hasn't put anything out since then. That is kind of alarming. I've never really thought about that. That's alarming. That's sad, actually. Rest in peace. Oh, God. Yeah, I would turn off those comments, too, really. That's about to be really bad. The way to get literally everybody sending you death threats on Twitter is just post on Twitter or X, whatever. Post that you don't care about politics. And everybody will want you dead. Politics care about you. Ah! If you're not passionate and spurging out all day on social media about politics, then you're not doing your part to change things, I guess. Well, shit. What'd you think of Starfield? Never played it. And I'm going to be honest, Charitard, this might be a bad take. I'm going to be honest. But when I started playing From Software games, Bethesda left my mind forever. Because it filled that, it scratched that itch, and I enjoyed it more. Now, look, don't get me wrong. I like booting up Oblivion and running around. And Fallout New Vegas and shit. But when I played like Bloodborne for the first time, I hated it. And then a week later, I tried it again, and I fell in love with it. And now, like Elden Ring, bro, Elden Ring is a better Elder Scrolls game than Elder Scrolls is. And I know people are like, it's not even the same genre. I mean, it's an open world RPG with extremely good combat versus, Skyrim and Oblivion, terrible combat, But I never tried Starfield because like I said, once From Software started hitting, I just had no reason to play Bethesda games anymore. Not to say the classics don't deserve a play. right? Tribes, Lazul, tribes. I love tribes. I love tribes, brother. I love Spider-Man. 15 minutes left. The snake is on the edge of death. Vote to ban property taxes. Yeah, like that'll ever happen. You could vote. You could. I bet a vote could be passed to ban property taxes, and then it would either A, get struck down by some mysterious court, or B, it would be implemented. Just never be implemented. You'll just never hear about it again. It's never going to happen. The government does not remove taxes once they have taxes. Didn't Snake die last night? Pure blood. Well, I didn't include memberships, and I was talking to the mods last night and PDH, and they all thought that I did not give it a fair shake with memberships, because we would have been like way closer with memberships. And I was like, all right, fuck it, we'll do a last chance on Tuesday on an extra stream. Maverick Cuba says, let's be real, he financed Million Mac. Well, that's for sure. Yeah. I mean, his whole thing was pretending to be rich and like wanting to pay women to sit beside him, which I've always thought was really strange. Right? It'd be a federal court that strikes it down. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Maverick Cuba. I appreciate you. Beep, 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 beep. I still remember the day Halo 3 came out. I waited all night in line to get it. Then I played it like 12 hours. Yeah, I played it like the whole week before it came out. I had already beat the campaign on Legendary like 3 days before the game came out, because I worked at GameStop. So I just took it home and I unplugged from the internet. But dude, the day it came out, oh my god, we had like a stack to the ceiling of Legendary editions with a helmet. God, it was awesome, bro. So awesome. We took an Xbox outside with the interactive, like this thing, and we let people play like multiplayer 1v1. It was awesome. We had like freaking 50 large pizzas. God, shit was awesome. You can't relive those days, boys. Can't relive those days, unfortunately. All right. You can't relive them. It's over. It's over. It's over. Well, it depends. Pure blood. Where'd you go? Each membership should cost $5. It depends on where your VPN is set. So, like, if you have a VPN in like Zimbabwe, it only charges you like 20 cents for memberships. So that's why it's a little muddy, right? It's a little muddy. So I actually have to look at the back end on my analytics and see the actual number. That's how I do the math now. Right. Yeah, I wouldn't imagine so grade high, but I don't really have many people on anymore. I prefer just doing this all myself and staying in my own corner of the internet with my couple hundred people. Which was the best console launch? 360. The 360 came out before I worked at GameStop. 360 came out in 2005 when I was 15. The best launch was the PS4. The PS4 was unbelievable. Dude, I had people threatening to kill me over the PS4. That's how you know that shit was crazy. I had a guy that sat out in my parking lot and claimed he was going to blow my head off with a shotgun because I wouldn't give him a PS4. Yeah, PS4. So you want to hear that stupid ass story? Thank you, Charitard. So here's what happened. The guy called like the day PS4s were announced, and he was like, when is the PS4 coming out? And I was like, it comes out this day right here, And I was like, you can pre-order it for $50. And he was like, no. And he called like once a week. And I was like, you can pre-order $50. And he's like, no. And then we ran out of pre-orders, obviously. So I was like, he called again. I was like, yeah, we're out of pre-orders, but I can put you on a waiting list. And he was like, no. He kept saying no to all these things. And he would have been like the first person on the wait list because he called all the time. And then, of course, we only got 8 extra on launch day. So the first 8 people on the list got theirs, right? And he came there like the week it came out wanting to buy one. And I was like, yeah, we don't have any. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, we don't have any. And he went home and then called me. Maybe he got drunk. I don't know. And he was like super pissed. He's like, I can't just buy one. He said, I've been calling for months. And you know, I'm like, yeah, I told you to get. I was a little bit an asshole. And I was like, I told you to get on the wait list and reserve it. You never did. And he came to the store. He said he was going to blow my head off with a shotgun on the phone. And then he came to the store and sat outside in the parking lot all day and waited until we closed. And I called the police. And the police went and arrested his ass. They literally took him out of the car and put him in a squad car and drove away. I was like, well, shit. There you go. That was the last time I ever saw him. So, Maverick Cuba. We got 10 minutes left. Maverick Cuba. How you doing, brother? Thank you, brother. My boy. You crazy bastard. Look at you sitting at 73. God, you crazy boy. Thank you, buddy. I love you, Matt Cuba. I appreciate all the support, man. Really, really do, dude. Yeah, pure blood. It's rough. It's rough. So that's what, you got to be careful with that kind of stuff. Maverick Cuba says, been trying to strip equity out of the houses for a year. I want to build more houses on the property I own. They won't let me. I guess I don't look good on paper. Well, that makes sense, right? Like where I live, you wouldn't be able to do anything like that because I live in city limits. But if I lived in rural Tennessee, bro, I could freaking do whatever the hell I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Maverick Cuba. I love you. I love you, Maverick Cuba. Renee Galarza with an orange boy. Hey! Thank you, brother. It says South Dakota gives people a vote if they want property taxes to be removed. The problem was if removed, law enforcement, firefighters, EMTs will be cut down. Basically, if your house is on fire, you have to wait a while. Fuck it. I'll take that deal every day of the week. Every day of the week. I'd be like, yeah, dude, let me burn. I got insurance. I bet that would negate, like there would be a clause in the insurance, though, that would negate that, right? Thank you, Renee. We love you. South Dakota. Hot damn. I forget South Dakota exists every time. Thank you, brother. Renee Galarza. Yeah. Why not increase sales tax? Yeah. So what should be done is they should remove all income tax across the board because it shouldn't be legal. Obviously, property tax. I don't even know how property tax is legal. Okay, to be fair. But I understand income tax. Technically it's legal. And to get rid of all tax and then increase property or increase sales tax and consumption. So like you go to and then that tax gets sent to county, state. Just take it all out of that. Make sales tax 15% instead of 9 or 8. And then the people who are actually buying Ferraris are paying a insane amount of tax on them. But if you choose to not buy a Ferrari, then you don't have to pay an insane amount of tax. You buy some milk. Oh no, an extra $2, right? So you get to kind of control your taxes. That's what I would prefer. I don't like the fact that 1 year you can have $2,000 in property tax and then your local government votes to put it to $10,000 and suddenly your mortgage goes up $1,500 and now you can't afford to live in the house you've lived in for 10 years. That's insane. Like, think of how many old people are living on Social Security at like $3,000 a month or maybe $2,800. I don't know how much Social Security is, but let's say they're living off that a month and they're paying for like their power and water off that. And then their property tax goes up 10 grand. And now they have to sell their house and move. Or worse, their house gets taken from them and auctioned off and they're on the street. That's insanity. Absolute insanity. Or if they're disabled. That's insane. Right? So, no, thank you. Thank you, Renee Galars. Appreciate you. Put us 205 away from the resurrection of the snake. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What is that? Hold on. Pink and red, boy, that almost gets us. That'd be close. All right. 5 Zimbabwe dollars. Not literally Zimbabwe, but you get the point. You get the point. You know? That's how it is, man. No income tax, only consumption tax. How it should be. Never going to happen. Like I said earlier, the government does not remove taxes once they're levied on you. They only add more. So if a politician ever says we're going to add this tax, but it's going to eventually replace this other tax, you're just getting another tax. They'll never take away taxes. They will just add more. They'll add more and increase them. And then they'll sell tax breaks. They'll sell tax breaks to basically homeless people and people that consider themselves like lower class, right, in earnings. And then they'll vote for that. They'll vote for the free shit. Every 8 years, you get the free shit candidate that, like, everybody that's 18 and 19 years old, they vote for that guy because it's their first time. It's their first time hearing about the free shit candidate. And everybody, when they hear about the free shit candidate, they're all like, yeah, free shit. Because they're like 18 and they don't have a frontal lobe and they actually think Newton's laws don't exist or the laws of thermodynamics don't exist. Now, I know that sounds dumb, but let me explain. Right? Let me explain. If something is provided to you as a service for free, there is energy produced to pay for it, just like thermodynamics. Right? So shit doesn't just appear. But when you're like 18, 19 years old, you think, oh, free college, that means I just get to go to college for free. No. Now the property taxes in that area are $20,000 instead of $3,000. Right? So you just crippled an entire economy of everybody living here. And then you get to go to school for free. And then you get to graduate and you have your degree. And then you get your job making 92 grand a year and you think you're successful. And then you buy a house and your property tax are 20 grand a year. Enjoy. You played yourself. Silly. Lex Demond. Chaotic Jersey. I saw that today on Twitter, by the way. It's crazy. My local school board gives themselves a raise every year with the property taxes. My school taxes have increased 500% in the cold days. Well, yeah, everybody on any board ever, they always vote to increase their pay, and they always make a stipulation that taxes are able to be utilized for their like homes and their finances. Like toll roads. You think toll roads are for fixing the roads? There's usually a reason why toll roads are always destroyed. Like when you drive through fucking Indiana and it's destroyed, but they have toll roads. So it should be fixed, right? No, actually, the revenue from toll roads goes towards everybody on the committee for the toll roads, their vacation homes, their severance packages if they leave, their vacation pay, their college tuitions for their children and their grandchildren, their medical care, everything. So like 95% of all income from toll roads goes towards like the 16 people on each board of each toll road or of each section of toll roads. Enjoy. Yeah. How are they constitutional? Don't know. But enjoy. Another tax. We don't have those here, luckily. Astrobot says, I do hear Alabama ain't bad at all compared to some states. It used to be amazing. But again, like I said, property tax here, now it's probably my local area, but property tax here went from a couple $100 a year to like $10,000, bro. It is insane. Now you can petition that. And I did that this year and it saved a lot. It's still going to be about 8 times what it was 6 years ago, but it won't be 20 times what it was 6 years ago. So you can petition that, but it's still super high compared to when I was in my 20s. Bro, my property taxes were $50 a month in my 20s. Whew. Those were the days. Now it's $890 a month for my property taxes. Wild. And we wonder why everyone moved. My entire neighborhood's gone. I am the last person in my neighborhood. Every other house is sold. When I first moved in, it was like a bunch of old people. They all moved. Now it's like everybody's in their 30s now. Because those old people probably couldn't afford the property taxes on their like Social Security and shit. Because they were probably used to paying $1,000 a year. And now they're paying like $7,000. And this was 3 years ago. It's like 10 now. What's up, Fidelio? How you doing, brother? All right, boys. We've made it to the end. The snaked snake could not survive. Damn, we tried. It was close, boys. It was close. It was way closer than the other day. It was close. Big shout out to Maverick Cuba. I appreciate you, brother. Freaking heavy lifting. Thank you so much. I don't deserve that, brother. I love you, and I appreciate you. You're the GOAT. The GOAT. Oh, my God. Default Anonymous says, my goal is to retire to a cabin in remote Alaska along with my dog and woman and not another soul for 100 miles. Homestead and fur trapping. Hell yeah, dude. It sounds awesome. You'll have to find a really good girl that's going to be okay with that. Jesus. Oh, yeah. Make sure you guys like the show on the way up. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. What's up, old, fat, and slow, and KK, brother? Shout out to Renee Galarza. Love you, buddy. Appreciate you. Top dog today, Maverick Cuba. My boy. I love you, man. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, my man. You're a goat. You're the GOAT. All right. All right, boys. It's that time. What the hell? What the hell y'all talking about? All right, never mind. Sorry. All right. Thank you, Default Anonymous. I appreciate you guys. Love you. I got to pick a raid. Path. Lazul says, my best friend is laying over 14 grand in property taxes in Illinois, and his house was equivalent to mine in NC at the end when I was playing close to 4K. Yeah, I don't understand how some people do it. Dude, one of my friends lives in California. And they pay, they pay like something like 50 or 40 grand. I think they pay like 40 grand a year in property taxes in California. That's like $4,000, $4,400 a month. $4,400 a month in just taxes. And their mortgage, they told me their mortgage was like 8 grand or 9 grand in California for a house that I think they said it was 2,100 square feet. Which is, my house is double that. And my mortgage is not even remotely close to that. To be fair, it is kind of close to that. Not really. It's like half, I guess. All right. Oh my gosh. We finally killed the snake streak. Hey, I figured today I would do a makeup show and give it a fair shake, because I didn't give it a fair shake yesterday because I didn't include membership. So at least we can finally say it's officially dead. I tried though. I even got PDH to come on here to try to use her looks. She's too old now. I'm California born and raised. I live with a grid. That's what you should do, brother. That's what you should do. I actually I fantasize about that a lot. I fantasize about living somewhere rural in like an RV all the time. I don't know why, dude. I like a simpler life where you're just sitting there, you just drive around. I mean, obviously, I'd probably get really tired of it really fast, but I think about it sometimes. Like, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. You know what I'm saying? To just chill and hang out with the boys. Stream from my RV on satellite. She looks fantastic for her age. How old do you think she is, Chad? Portable nuclear reactors. Yes, sir, brother. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Just make sure the rods work. Let's see. Not for long, Lizzo. 34. No, she's like 31. Jesus, guys, come on. Jesus, you killing me. Damn, boys. I want the RV from the Goofy movie. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that's like $2 million easily. Bro, when I was running around racing, you know what's like really crazy when you think about it? When I was running around racing, like 90% of the kids that were racing, alongside me, their like family would be in an RV, like in the infield, in like one of those like $5 million RVs. And my dumbass was like in a hoopty or like flying in and renting like a shitty little 4-cylinder to get to the track. It's funny. It's another property I own next door, R2. What the hell are you talking about right now? Let me go back. Where is it at? Oh, I see what you're saying. Thank you, Maverick Cuba. Yeah, I see what you're saying. There was a back in the day I wanted a shop to like build like project cars in and stuff. Oh, that's dead now. You know what these thoughts were called 30 or 40 years ago? Cody, I need a vacation. Yeah, I won't be able to take a vacation for like 6 months. Probably 6 months, maybe. Six whole months. I want a muscle car. I want to save the money. Yeah, that'd be cool. I think in like 6 months, I'll get me a completely like shitbox V8, like a 2011 like Mustang 5.0 first gen, like the Coyotes. Just a shitbox for like 7 grand. That's probably what I'll maybe get in like 6 months. Fix something from the ground up? No. Just drive it. No. Just to drive it, man. Yeah, it's luckily I can get rides to the gym every day. So it's not a big deal. But yeah, I've had a car ever since I was 15. I never thought I'd be carless in my mid 30s. It's the weirdest thing. But again, it's not really changed anything at all. The 4th gens are cheap, the 4.6s. Yeah, but I don't want a 4.6. I've had like 4.6s and I don't want them. I gotta have the fucking first gen. You can't beat a Coyote. They're freaking, they're beautiful. And they're cheap, bro. So cheap. They're so cheap. Get your Jeep. I don't have any Jeeps, Chad. I don't have anything. I sold both of my Jeeps. I sold everything, brother. But I'm gonna try to save up for like 6 months if I can. Like try to put like $500 or $800 back a month and get me like a shipbox 5.0 from 2011. Dude, I've found some like they have like 180,000 miles on them, and they're like 6 grand. I'm like, hell yeah, brother, let's go. And if the motor blows up, hey, would you say it's worth it, Shrek Bob? Yes and no. Yes and no. I will probably say yes in like a year from now. Government auctions, yeah, that'd probably a good idea. I think I've been to actually one with a friend, but it's been so long now. It's been so long, dude. Yep, Shrek Bob. That's how it be, son. What'd you get, Stell? What card did you get, Stellar? Stellar Eclipse. Shit. My van was a government auction, cost $2 grand last 6 years. Well, hell yeah, brother. Beep 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 beep. New gasket and seals. Well, I mean, yeah, I would maintain the vehicle. I'm just saying I'm not gonna like my buddy Mike is always just when you don't ever mention a car in front of my buddy Mike. His name is Big Mike in the chat. But if you ever mention a car, he's just like, here's what you need to do. And I'm like, Mike, I don't have any money. He's like, yeah, dude, you can get like a really, really good turbo kit and like get this really, really good exhaust and I'm like, Mike, that's like $7 grand. Mike, like the whole point is I need a shit box. Just gave my buddy a car because he has a kid from Ux. I do not have friends like that. Don't have friends like that, man. That's not a thing. Oh my gosh, is that Rene Galarza with $100 super chat? Oh my God. He's trying. My man. Thank you so much, my Hispanic brother. I love you. I appreciate you, dude. Shout out to Mr. Rene Galarza. who has defeated once and for all Mr. Maverick Cuba. You held it for a while. You were the king for a while. The king. Thank you, Renee Galars. I appreciate you, brother. Shout out to my boy. Thank you, buddy. I love you. Shout out. I didn't even put a message on there like he wanted to kiss me or anything. Just straight up red boy. Thank you, buddy. Shout out to my boy. Everybody give him some love. I'm going to heart it. Give him some bees. Where's the bees? Bee. I want the bee to catch on. You know, it's YouTube sucks because you can't just hit your most recent emote. You have to search for the bee every time. And I'm like, stop. Balls on the table, brother. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Had a 2004 GT Mustang GT was a gas hog. I had a 2003 Terminator when I was like 25. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But I got a 2015 5.0 and it blew it out the water. And then I got an R8 and now I don't even care how fast the car is. It's irrelevant now. Shrek Bob says, you may not have friends that would gift you a car. However, you have friends to give you things. Yes, that's true. That's true. Thank God for these people. Thank God for Renee Galars. I love you, buddy. I appreciate you. You got us 100 away right there. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to Renee Galarza. Shout out. You got me talking about cars. It's a secret. It's the secret. Thank you, man. You should steal the bee emoji and throw it on your... Yes. Yes. Oh, my God. Yes. What a great idea. The blob. Yeah. I'll just take a screenshot of the blobby. Wait, you can I think you can use animated ones on YouTube. I'm pretty sure you can paste animated ones into your YouTube. I think it works on YouTube. I'll check. But bro, if we could have blobby, I will shit my pants. Hell yeah, we're doing that. Yep. You only put turbo on aftermarket. I've never done that. I've never done that. The only thing I've ever done in cars is shit, maybe wheels. I'm trying to think. My 2015 GT was stock. I've never cared about that kind of thing. My buddy Mock's all about it though. He's like, yeah, dude, brother, you put a turbo on, dude. I'm like, Mike. The goal is to just have a car. That would be the nice thing. But luckily, not having a car has not affected me at all right now. And I'm on a good path. I'm excited. Yeah, Lazul, my truck had a fat turbo on it. You don't want to hear it, Stellar Clips. Mike will go for like an hour. And it sounds like he's speaking Arabic when he talks about cars. He goes too hard when he talks about cars. He'll be like, he's like, dude, like the 1992, like Civic, had the 7R427 transmission, which was a little bit better than 7R487 transmission, which had problems, with the shift forks, but then they replaced it with the 887CCC, and that's the one you should really get. And I'm like, all right, fuck, Mike, shut up. I can't do this. You're going way too hard. Like, it's too much. It's too much. It is too much. Thank you again, Renee Galars. I appreciate it. What happened to your Audi R8? I sold it a long time ago when I first started racing. And that's me with gun knowledge. Yeah, but it's a little different because I feel like models of guns, for every one model of gun, there's 100 models of different years in cars, right? You know what I'm saying? I know a decent amount about guns. Probably not as much as you at all. I know that about guitar. I know that about guitars. Yeah, Squish, it was a good time. I know that about guitars, and I know that about like race cars, but like specific race cars. Like any stock car stuff, I know all that stuff. I've built them from the ground up before. Thank you, Archias, for your 1,000 jewels. I love you, buddy. I have no idea how much that is, but I love you. The jewels. All right. For Renee's $100 super chat, I'm gonna extend it till a little bit longer for the boys. Dude, I'm so hungry. Oh my gosh, I forgot that I never eat before a stream because I'm always like weirdly nervous. You would think after this many years I wouldn't be nervous of stream. I still get really nervous. Supposedly 10 USD. Well, let's add it to the tally, brother. Like I told Art before the stream, I was like nauseous because I was so nervous to stream. And I don't know why that's a thing. And I wish it wasn't. But it's been like that for years. So I just keep doing it. Keep doing it. Make sure you guys like the show, by the way. Make sure you like the show. We're just hanging out and chilling, boys. Just talking to the chat and having a good time. ESP or for fix? What? What? What do you mean? I've never heard anybody say anything negative about ESPs. Like a Japanese ESP. Now, I know LTD or USA, that's different. I've never played a USA ESP. And I've never played, or I've played LTDs, but I've never liked them. But ESP Japanese standards, oh my god, I've never played a guitar. I used to have 2 of them or 3 of them. Where'd you go? Play a real Minnesota guitar. I've had like 4 Jacksons and I hated every one of them. I had a USA Rhodes. I had a 1988 USA Rhodes one time, and it was one of the worst guitars I'd ever owned. And I sold the fuck out of it. I made money too. Oh my gosh, it's Rakin. Rakin Knight with a pink boy. Rakin completes the rainbow night. Taste the rainbow. Thank you so much. Rakin, he said, fine, let's get a snake out. Rakin and Renee, the R's are trying to save. The R's. Oh, it's the R's. Thank you, boys. Rakin Knight. See, I'll pay you back one day, Rakin, by letting you live with me. Mostly for free. Jackson guitars. See, here's my issue. Jackson's owned by Fender, and I don't like Fender. I'm not a big fan of the Fenders, boys. Especially Strats. Hate Strats. Fuck, I hate Strats. God, I've tried so many times. But I am a Les Paul guy and a Super Strat. Not the same thing. Like my Horizon, my Japanese Horizon. Oh, God, I play it every day for hours. For hours. The Floyd Rose is too much of a pain in the ass. I love Floyd Roses, man. It's kind of like speaking a different language, though. I grew up on Floyd Roses. My first guitar ever that was like a big deal had a Floyd Rose. I didn't have guitars very long before that. My first guitar was a BC Rich Warlock Bronze. Traded it in within like 2 weeks to get a Ibanez like IC 220 BC or whatever. I sold that like two months after that, and I got a Dean ML that had a Floyd Rose, and I never had anything but a Floyd Rose since then until recently. And I learned how to build Floyd Roses, work on them, intonation, and I'm not trying to brag, but I'm a boss when it comes to Floyd Rose maintenance. I remember one time I was playing a song and I was out of tune, and I quickly hit my tuner pedal. And I went through and tuned, you know how it is, E A, E A D, E A, E A, E A D, E A, E A D, E A G, right? And I did it in like 20 seconds. And I tuned that sumbitch up in 20 seconds. I was like, I was so impressed with myself. Did you ever play multiplayer games with your fans? Yeah, I play WoW with Sean every night. I used to play Halo all the time with people. I actually did that recently with Karis and a bunch of people on stream. Dries, what's up, brother? A gold boy from Dries. Thank you, brother. He said, let's go. Been watching for several years. Well, I appreciate you, brother. I will be back. I probably will be doing a drinking stream either Friday or Saturday. So we can drink and hang out. Me, you, and PDH. And everybody else, Dries. Me, you, PDH, and everybody else. Thank you, Dries. I appreciate you, brother. Shout out to my boy. We're 40 away. Look at that. Look at that. About the back rooms. We should run it. Yeah, dude, I'm all about it. I'll play games with you, Rakin. I love you. I love you, Rakin. Hell yeah. You talking about, it's called Escape the Backrooms, right? I like, dude, I've been just playing a lot of WoW because I love WoW. String through body is all I use these days. I always use Nashville style bridges, but I don't have any guitars anymore. I only have my Floyd guitars. I have 2 guitars left. It's the guitar I got from Ola England because I'm not selling that. Because he was nice enough to do that. And then my Horizon, my Japanese standard, and it has a Floyd Rose. Thank you, Dries. I appreciate you, man. I love you. Thank you, Alan Jones. Love you. Yeah, dude. I love World of Warcraft. I love classic World of Warcraft. New World of Warcraft can eat my ass. Classic, the best. The best around. And nothing's going to ever get you down, boys. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. PvP's where it's at. Yeah, brother. So they had an event. I don't know if you play it, but they had an event, at least on Classic. I don't play retail. But they did a event on Classic WoW, like honoring the flame. And me and Sean and PDH, because Jesse plays with me too, we just ran to every city and desecrated every flame. And I got 2 levels. 2 levels. And it levels the experience. It gives you levels with your level. So I was getting like 8,000 a pop. Oh. Beautiful. The stupid inlay on everything. Well, listen, Lazul. If Ola like called you and was like, "Hey, you want a solar guitar? I'll mail you one." Are you gonna say no? No, Lazul. And it's a great guitar. It's a 7-string. I got it in like, I think it's an A. Maybe. It's in drop, or it's in C, or it's in D standard with the top string dropped. I don't remember, but it's a chug monster. It's only Burning Crusade. Yeah, I play Burning Crusade. Can we see it? It's in my music studio, which is really far away. It's on the west wing of my house, which is like a floor down and on the complete opposite side of my house. This room, my YouTube studio, is beside my master bedroom, which is right here. Like down this hallway, like 50 feet or 40 feet, 30 feet. Probably not that far. And then the other side of my house is my music studio downstairs. And then I have a mother-in-law suite below that I don't ever go into. I made a movie theater out of it, and I never use it. Because I'm a dumbass. All right, boys. We're 40 away from Snook. I appreciate you guys so much. We're almost there to resurrect Snook. And then we're going to drink. Not today, though, because I don't start drinking at 12. That's insane. I will not drink if I don't start drinking by 8 p.m. because I think it's a waste. Because I don't drink heavy, right? So I'll drink very slowly until like 2 a.m. and then go lay down. Cubase, I use Ableton. That's what I get all my MIDI stuff working with Ableton. I use a lot of keyboards and a lot of synth stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I don't ever intend on releasing any of my music. I just send it to Sean and let him decide. Just send it to Sean, let him hear it, and I'd move on. Wish I had some whiskey. Yeah, dude. There was a way to use your pet to flag yourself for PvP, and I don't know how. Yeah, I'm never flagged for PvP, except sometimes. Like, very rarely I'll notice. I went to Azure Mirror Mist, whatever. Azure. I never did Draenei, so I don't know what it is. I went over there on my undead and just killed everybody I saw. I just thunderstomped and they just died. It was beautiful. Every NPC killed every NPC there. It was funny. I had a lot of fun. And I was just going to do the event. So I would just roll into town, kill everybody. I would just run by and thunderclap or whatever. And they would just fall over. It's beautiful. Yeah, I'm a warrior, man. I'm always a warrior. I have a paladin as well. That's like, I think 26 now. But My undead's closing in on 60. Pure Blood says, I love my aspects. Now I just use 60 watt PV Viper tube model because I don't write or record music. You were the guy from South Park. Well, yeah, dude. I have a Satan. I have a Randall Satan going through a King Cab, mocked up with SM57s. I can't do digital anything. I hate everything digital. I hate digital. I don't know what it is. Me and Mike had an argument about this today at the gym. I can't do it, brother. I have to have analog everything. There's something about it. It cuts through. And I remember trying a digital setup once, and there was like 20 milliseconds to delay, and that was just too much. I could not do anything. I felt like I had never played guitar before. So I'm just like, fuck it. But you can get the power station, the Fryette power station. Just run it straight into your DAW, and then run one into your cab, and then power soak it down. Oh my God, it's awesome. I've been wanting one for like a year. I just can't afford one right now. But like, you can turn your amp up to like 8 and get that tube sizzle really tight, and then power soak it down. It's freaking awesome. I plan on getting one in 6 months. When I get my shitbox Mustang, I will get one of those too. I'll see if I can get one used. It all looks the same. None of it's organic. Yep. Renee Galarza, another gold boy. Thank you, brother. I love you. Appreciate you. Thank you, McSteller. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Sold all my tube amp. I should probably sell my tube amps, my tube amp, because they sell for so much. But because they've been discontinued for years, I just can't do it. I love that amp. It cuts so hard. It cuts so hard, brother. Thank you, Renee. I love you, buddy. I appreciate you. Shout out to the boy coming in strong. We're 30 away. Look at that. 30 away. So close, yet so close. Hell yeah, boys. I'm enjoying talking to chat, to be honest. It's been a lot of fun. What happened to Memorial Kombat arcade game? Dude, bro, it's right there. Grade high, it's right here. You look at me. Look at my finger. Look at my finger right now. Right there. The screen is just not really bright. I think it's finally going out. It's finally dying, brother. It's been too long. It's been too long, yes. Billy, you doink. You doink, Billy. You doink. You want pictures of my guitar too? Yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah. Of course. Bro, I played this at the guitar store the other day. I played a lot because I've been wanting to get it, but I can't afford it right now. But I do intend on getting it eventually, if it's still there. If it's still there. So I was at Guitar Center. The reason I was at Guitar Center is because it's next door to my gym. It's literally next door to my gym. And I've been playing this like twice a week. It's just an Epiphone Les Paul custom. And it is fantastic. I don't know what happened in the world, but these like Chinese guitars are starting to become kind of unbelievable. It plays almost as good as my Japanese Eclipse did. And this is like a $600 Les Paul custom, like Epiphone. And I've never in my life, I never thought this would ever be a thing. Because when I was growing up, $700 on a guitar, it was going to kind of suck. It'd be better than like a starter guitar, but it's going to not be on par with anything else. This thing's on par with like a $2,000 guitar. It's crazy. And I really want it. I've been trying desperately for the manager. I go in there every day and I talk to the manager. And he sits there and talks to me while I play. And I'm trying. I keep acting sad. I'm like, man, I wish I could get it, but I just can't afford it right now. You know, maybe you could drop it to like $350. Right? Maybe drop it to $350. And then I might bite the bullet. I just won't eat any. I won't eat out for the next month. because I do that like once a week because PDH likes to do that. Have you played Duke Nukem 3D? Like the original? Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah, Stellar Eclipse. Well, the market's insane, right? So the guitar market is it's over the top. I sold all my guitars like a few weeks ago. And I sold every one of them for anywhere from $400 to double what I paid for them. And I don't know why. I had a old Explosion Razorback, like the Dimebag guitars. I had one of those sitting on my wall for like a decade and I hadn't touched it. I got like $1,600 for that guitar. I paid $700 when I was 18. It's insane. It's crazy. My Eclipse, I paid $1,100. I got $1,600 for it. And my PS10, I paid $24, and I got $26 maybe out of it. And I had an IC400. I paid $299 for it, and I got $1,100 for it. And I don't know how. Wonder how much I could get from an AC1000 MH1000. I would eBay. Look on eBay. I mean, those were pretty expensive back in the day, though, right? I feel like they were kind of expensive. Like they were like $800 back in the day. They might be the same. My guitars were ornate. Like I had an IC400, which they were discontinued like 15 years ago. And of the standard series ESPs from Japan were discontinued in 2014. The Razorbacks don't exist anymore either. So I think that might have been why. I don't know. The PS10 was like from 1978 or some shit. So, and it's very, very unique as well. It's a Japanese guitar too. Hell yeah, brother. They got 700 Gibson SG standard at my local guitar shop. I want it, but I can't afford it. I've never been a fan of the Gibsons. Or sorry, the SGs. I like old Gibsons, but every time I play a Les Paul Custom, I played a Les Paul Custom the other day that was $4,000 and it sucked. The Epiphone Les Paul feels better. I can't believe it, to be honest. Whiskey Bottle, thanks for becoming a member. I love you. Appreciate you. Whiskey Bottle, or Whisker Throttle. Wow, I'm stupid. Whisker Throttle. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, brother. All right, I got to get off here and go freaking eat. I'm about to throw up. I'm so hungry. All I've had is a few chicken balls, a protein bar, and a protein shake. MH1000. I had an LTD MH1000, and I don't know if I just got unlucky, but it was a bag of shit. It was an awful guitar, and I don't know why. I gave it to a friend so he could learn guitar for free. I was like, here you go. I kind of wish I did have it so I could sell it, but still, whatever. It's fine. Guitar and gear are good investments. That's for sure. That's for sure. What's up, Bananal? How you doing, brother? How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well. Oh, yeah. What the hell is that game? All right, boys. Shout out to Mr. Rene Galarza taking the top dog spot. Shout out to Mr. Rakin Knight. I love you, brother. Shout out to Mr. Maverick Cuba. God, what a beautiful man you are. I appreciate you, brother. Squish. Squish. Thank you, man. All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. I love you, Squish. Appreciate you, brother. Oh, my gosh. But I'm tired, Sean. I'm tired in my head. It hurts. I need some ibuprofen for the brain. I have some chicken balls downstairs. So I'm going to go smash those chicken balls. I have a bad habit of, well, it's not a bad habit, but before I stream, I can almost not eat. Like I can almost not eat before stream because I'm so nauseous. Chicken and rice. No, it's like fried chicken balls. It's sweet and sour chicken. PDH like picked up Chinese food. So there's like some chicken balls. Sweet and sour chicken balls. right? Mr. Dryce. Thank you, brother. I don't think I've ever seen your name in here, man. I know you say you watch for a long time, but you must be a lurker. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out to my boy. Hey, make sure you like the stream, Mr. Dross. Appreciate you. Another gold boy from Dross. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Mr. Renee Galarza with a $20 super chat.
Doobie doobie doo. Doobie doobie doo. Doobie doobie doo. Doobie doobie doo.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you, man. Why is it Chinese food? Well, it came from a Chinese place. I don't know. It's just chicken balls. She just picked it up. I prefer like, I don't know, like some General Tso shit, some chow mein, stuff like that. But, I like some chicken balls too. Shout out to Renee Galarza, my boy, my brother in Christ, my king. My captain, my king. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. And that is going to officially get us to Snake. Hold on, let me pull it up. I don't remember where we were. See, I told you guys to remember this. 634. 635. See, when you give it a fair shake, it's possible. I was just a dumbass last night and didn't include the boys. Shout out to Renee Galarza. I love you. And I appreciate you. And I'm thinking about you every day and night, brother. Thank you so much, brother. I love you, dude. Appreciate you, man. Oh, my God. Because I watch TV. Whoa, that makes sense, Dross. That makes sense. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll have another show tomorrow. I don't know what about yet. I need to put out a video tomorrow. What is that? It's a bug? What the hell? It's a tiny-ass bug. I'm going to put out a video tomorrow and then stream tomorrow. And then I'm going to take Thursday off probably. Get my bearings straight, play some WoW. Thank you so much, Renee Galarza. I love you and I appreciate you. Thank you so much for, again, saving the snake. I appreciate you. Shout out to Dryce. Shout out to Rakin, Maverick Kuba. Thank you, brother. Charitard, every Lock 'em Low. God, there's a lot. There's a lot of the tail boys were out of control. Calignus Woof, Chai T, Daniel, Albatross. Bunch of OGs in here, brother. Irakias, my boy. Sly Rye, love you, buddy. Thank you. Master Lions, thank you, thank you, thank you. Gaming stream tomorrow. Nah, I got to do a normal stream. The issue with the gaming streams is, man, they dude, sometimes gaming streams bomb hard. It's just how YouTube is. It's gaming streams work well on other apps. It's just people come to YouTube for commentary, and I like doing both. I'm not saying I'm doing something that's going to benefit me more. It's just there's some point where you got to consider that, and yeah, that's why I do them on off days. If I do an extra stream, then I will do a gaming stream. Info Blocks, what's up, brother? Appreciate you, man. Info Blocks, appreciate you, brother. Yeah. That's true, Billy, but I can't replace a normal stream with a gaming stream, is what I'm saying. If I did a gaming stream, it has to be extra. Right? Thank you, True Blue, Majin Dude. Appreciate you, brother. Oh, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You guys ready for some Naked Snake? I got to dedicate this to Maverick Cuba, Mr. Rakin, and above all else, Mr. Renee Galarza. I appreciate you. It's the zombie snake. Hell yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you, brother. You are the GOAT. You are the man. All you guys, appreciate you surviving or supporting your boy. I would end up devolving into Ricky from Trailer Park Boys. Yeah, brother. We love Ricky. What is it? Jalapeno? Give me some of those jalapeno chips. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. I will probably do a gaming stream, maybe. But I don't know. I might just do a talkie stream Friday. Maybe invite a guest. I just don't know who it would be. I just haven't thought about that stuff, man. My mind is all over the place. Maybe Disparu. Does he drink? He doesn't drink. He probably doesn't drink. Fuck. He might. I might ask him. You drink, brother? You drink? All right, boys. Let's do some Naked Snake. It has been revived officially. Thank you guys so much. Here we go. Obviously, it's going to be Spanish Snake. Obviously. Spanish snake time it is. Shout out to the boys. Blood and Thunder. Blood and Thunder, Sean. Embrace the shadow. Thank you. Disparu definitely drinks. All right. I might get him. I might get Disparu and we'll drink. I'll ask him. We'll see. All right, boys. Here it is. The Spanish snake for your viewing pleasure. Oh. Oh my God. It's that time, boys.
What a thrill with darkness and
Chachi.
silence through the night. What a thrill. I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart.
It's that time, boys.
But you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. Stay here in my time. Help me, nobody else.
Narco Wookie, what's up, brother?
Crying, it's the way I fly to you. So I'm still in a dream. Stay here.
Oh my God.
Stay here. Someday you'll know the rain. Someday you'll feed on a tree frog. It's your deal, the trial to survive. For the day
Oh my God.
we see the light, I give my life, not for honor, but for you. Stay here in my time. Help me, nobody else. Cry. It's the way I fly to you. Stay here. I'm still in a dream. Stay here.
Oh my God.
Stay here. Stay here.
Here we go, boys.
It's
time for the delicious solo. Everybody take your shirts off. Here we go. Snow Rome, my boy. How you doing, brother? My man. How you doing, man? I appreciate you. Says still root for you. Keep it up. Thank you, brother. I love you. I appreciate you, Snow Rome. God, I need to shave, bro. I'm so itchy. I haven't shaved in like 5 days, and it's getting fucking rough. Thank you guys so much. Rakin, Mr. Renee, Galarza, Mav Cuba, Irikias, everybody, I love you. Mr. Drice, I appreciate you guys so much. We resurrected the snake. We don't let the snake die. The snake can't die. He never dies. Look at that. Well, we're over that now. We're like 7. Mal, chill out. Mal, when I do Snake Eater, Mal runs up the stairs and sits here because he thinks he's going to get food because he knows I'm about to get off stream. When he hears me sing Snake Eater from across the house, he runs up here and lays down and looks at me because he knows I'm getting off stream. Aren't you just the smartest little bitch? Oh my God. Whiskey Throttle. Whisker Throttle. Doobie doobie doo. Doobie doobie doo. Doobie doobie doo. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Still going. We already hit the goal, and Whisker Throttle's throwing some in the pot. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. We still got to get. My goal is to get to make PDH to do Fight Milk. That is my goal. I want it to happen once in life. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Shout out to Whisker Throttle. Appreciate you being the last one. Beautiful, beautiful human. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Master Lions, love you. All right, boys, we're going to raid. We're going to get the hell off here. I love you. And I appreciate you. Say Cam raid in the chat. Give some love. Renee Galarza, I love you. I appreciate you. I'll be back tomorrow as per usual, and we're going to party. Get the hell on it, doggone it. And from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you guys. I really, really do. I don't say it enough. I don't say it like and try to mean it. It's been weird lately in life. I think I actually was supposed to talk about that today. Fuck. I was going to talk about that in PDH, how I feel like I've talked to a lot of people about this, and I feel like we went into an alternate reality, and everybody is in like we're all in a weird position where everything feels not similar to what it used to. Like everything. It's very weird, but I'll talk about that next time because I need PDH to bounce off of. But I appreciate you guys. I love you. Thank you for supporting your boy and keeping the dreams alive. You guys are awesome. I love you. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the goats. I'll see you guys over there. Get the hell on it, doggone it. I love you. Cam raid in the chat.